Hello everybody and welcome back to Madden NFL 2004. It is week 12 right here in the Random Rosters series, or the Fantasy Drafted series, where I did a fantasy draft at the beginning of this season, and we're watching 3 games every week as we work our way through the season to figure out who would be the Random Roster Super Bowl champion. I'd like to give a special shout out to a PlayStation 2 from the year of our Lord 2002 or whatever it was, and then the copy of Madden 2004 from 2003. I appreciate you not needing internet, because moments before I started recording this, the internet just went totally kaput, and I was like, this is the video to record today. Thank goodness this was what was scheduled. Today we have 3 games of action for you, as we do every single week. Not required to have internet connectivity. Big W right there. We are going to be checking out the Steelers and the Browns, the Patriots and the Texans. All 4 of those teams are 5-5. Then we're going to look at what the game qualifies as its game of the week. The Lions are 8-2. The Vikings are 4-6 or something. They still have a shot, but they're going to need some help to get into the playoffs. So we'll see if they can do that. I was thinking about watching maybe the Seahawks and Ravens game. I was thinking about the Bengals and the Chargers. I was trying to keep the teams a little bit fresher before we start to get a little more stale going down the... stale's the wrong word. Repeated. Before we see the same teams kind of repeated, we'll see if any of these teams can make like a last gasp effort to try and make a run at the playoffs. Like if the Vikings lose today, we likely won't see them for the rest of the season. If the Lions win today, barring them playing someone for playoff positioning, we likely won't see them. And depending on the Packers' result, that could also influence it as well. So we'll give these teams one more time to shine here on the channel. It seems like the playoffs the playoff race has really separated. It was already pretty separated in the NFC because they have kind of the power 3 teams with the Cowboys, the Lions, and the Buccaneers really kind of, to this point, like wire to wire, like first through third place-ish, just dominant throughout. The AFC was a lot more cluttered, and everything kind of went the way of separation last time. So I don't think we had any real upsets to keep it close. So we're seeing additional separation in the NFC with fewer and fewer teams competing for those spots. The AFC is a little bit more spread out, but I think there's still more opportunities for those teams to make a run here late in the season. Like even the Ravens at 4-6 still have a shot because they play in the division that always ends up very competitive. The AFC North, top team in that is the Bengals at 6-4. They're 4-6. So yeah, Steelers Browns, speaking of the AFC North, is going to lead us off today. One of these teams is going to have a real good shot at continuing that progress to the playoffs. The other team is going to be in quite a bit of trouble if they cannot get a victory today. We saw the Browns back in week number 10. They took on the Chiefs. I don't remember the result. And I don't believe, have seen the Steelers in a while, like a real long while. I think they've had a couple of games that were kind of interesting, but kind of got beat out by some other more interesting games. So we're going to watch them play today, and that'll be game number 1. Then we'll head to Houston, and then we will head to Minnesota. If I haven't told you already, be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos, random rosters, every single Tuesday right here on the channel. This is week 12, or episode number 72 of this series. That's a lot. That's a lot of episodes. Okay, there is audio. Oh, thank God. My headset was turned down, and I thought, well, I'm going to have the same problem I had last week? No, thank you. All right. Oops.
Thanks for joining us as the Steelers square off against the Browns. Al Michaels and John Madden here to broadcast this one, brought to you by EA Sports, the company that defines football.
One thing that can turn an average
football defining EA Sports, bringing us today's action.
When you have someone like this who consistently puts pressure on the quarterback, it allows the rest of the defense to drop back.
NFL draft happened this week. I didn't really follow it. Saw some interesting stuff, I guess, kind of. Green Bay made a very interesting move drafting Sean Clifford in the 5th round. So that was a thing that happened. But the big news, especially for fan like myself of Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is finally gone. He's over in New York, continuing his process to basically just be Brett Favre. Hopefully he'll stop short of stealing like $5 million from the poorest of the poor people, but you never know. He's gone. He's in New York. He's wearing jersey number 8. Joe Namath's number 12, I'm sure, is retired, which I didn't even think about until they put him and it wasn't the 12. It's like, oh yeah, right, Joe Namath. Huh? Yeah, he probably isn't giving up his number for that guy. They're going to be the trendy Super Bowl pick from a lot of people, and then Aaron Rodgers will once again disappoint a fan base in the playoffs. So good stuff. Excited about the Jordan Love era. Might do something in Madden 24 related to that, but that's way further down the line. That would be August, September, throughout the season there. But if you would like to see Madden 24 action, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Terrell Davis? I'm so unfamiliar with this this Pittsburgh Steelers team. I don't. Let's see. I don't know that we've even seen them yet. We've had to have seen the Steelers, right? It's a nice throw over the middle. Previous record holder, by the way, just in case we haven't seen the Steelers yet. The previous record holder was the Bills. We didn't see them until week 11. We are in week 12, and I believe this is actually the first time we've seen the Steelers. I could have sworn we saw them in an AFC North matchup, but I don't think we have.
36. So the whole field was able to stand back there and find the open.
This is the first time we've seen Pittsburgh. Oh my goodness!
It takes a lot of poise to get the
John Kitna. Whoa. John Kitna played for Seattle for some years. I feel like we've seen him in one of the other seasons on one of the other teams, and I had to look him up.
This defense is extremely active and effective up front. They do a good job of getting upfield quickly, creating havoc in the backfield. Misdirection plays and draws can be a good way to use their speed and aggressiveness against them.
It was actually, speaking of Madden 24, I was actually thinking about I wonder when they're going to reveal the cover athlete. So I went and looked at my own content. I was like, when did I post that Madden NFL cover reveal reaction? It turns out it was 10 months ago or 11 months ago. I can pull it up more accurately. Madden. A lot of videos in Madden. Mostly the old games.
They line up in the I formation.
Ball on the 34-yard line.
Oops, I don't think I wanted that.
It's the pass off.
June 1st, 2022. So we're just about a month out from maybe learning the Madden cover athlete. I wonder who it'll be this year. Madden, obviously himself that was the pick last year, and I think it was the correct one. Because he passed away.
Dropping back with the throw.
There's a nice throw to a wide open receiver. Spin move to the outside. Pittsburgh's going to set up inside the Cleveland 10 in a fantastic drive. They just took a bit of a hit with Peerless Price going down, injuring his shoulder on the play. It's kind of interesting because I feel like sometimes Madden wants to go with kind of the hot hand. And then the one year they went with two players that had been on the cover in the past 3 years, the worst one. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes.
Davis in the backfield for you. Goes in motion.
All right, first and goal for the Steelers here.
He'll test the right side.
I think Joe Burrow might be a good option. Mahomes has been on the cover a couple of times. I think that eliminates him. I know they just won the Super Bowl. Maybe a Travis Kelce, but that feels kind of weird. I don't think anybody else really broke out.
Pressure coming.
And I think that, I think, honestly, you could go Joe Burrow or Jamar Chase. I think would be really good options. kind of struggling to think because we've seen Lamar Jackson. Josh Allen kind of disappeared in the playoffs. Like the Bills felt like they were good because they were in a bad division, but maybe not the team that we thought they were. Rodgers has not been on the cover. You could put New York Jets Rodgers on the cover if you really wanted to. But again, like that's a guy coming off a rough season. I think if John Madden didn't pass away last year, I think that Aaron Rodgers on the cover makes a lot more sense. But I think it would be weird to put a guy who went to a different team coming off a subpar season. I think that'd be weird to put him on the cover. My gut says Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Is there anybody defensively? Aaron Donald? Great player, bad season. Or at least on a team that wasn't super great.
They're ready to call their first play of the game.
Jalen Hurts would be a good pick. Thinking about it.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 22.
Coming off I know it's coming off a Super Bowl loss, but
Anderson moves in motion.
Hurts would be a good pick.
Tosses it out to the right.
There's a toss. And that'll lose probably 3 or 4 yards here as the Cleveland Browns find themselves down 7 early in this one. A nice, long, effective drive by this Pittsburgh Steelers team.
They end up losing a bunch of yards.
Post your predictions below.
Draw play to the halfback, picks up about 4 yards.
Who's going to be on the cover of Madden? We won't find out for like a month, but I feel like Madden and Call of Duty kind of almost have like a Pavlov's dog reaction for me, where I just go like, it's that time of year. It's Madden time. Or, you hit like October, November, you go like, I really could go for some Call of Duty, even though like I don't care.
On a guy to force the drop pass.
I don't think I play the betas for whatever reason, but I don't think I've played Call of Duty campaign since Modern Warfare, about 3 or 4 years ago. That one was fine, I guess.
He's waving for the fair catch.
Hey, no reason to take
all right, so the Steelers had a really nice drive the first time out. They're going to get great field position here at about the 40-yard line. See if they can capitalize and cash in on it. They're going to be looking for the Cincinnati Bengals to lose later today to tie up first place in the division at 6-5.
Pressure,
throws it down the left side there, and that is a terrific play call. Just like that, they're right back in. Will they qualify that the middle? Huh. Right back in Browns territory. They started at the 30. Deep pass down inside the 30, down to about the 25-yard line. Real nice play call by Coach Bill Cowher, or whoever's doing the play calling duties.
In field goal range now. Catch with a man in motion.
On the 25-yard.
Davis is going to try and go up the middle. He'll pick up a couple, but not a whole lot. I believe we're going to get to the end of Terrell Davis's run here. I remember we've looked him up before. Maybe it's not the Davis I'm thinking of, but you see Davis number 30. You think it's Terrell Davis.
They'll go with a play fake. Rolling.
Really nice timing on that route right there. Got him right at the first down marker, and because of the space that he was able to create, had enough time to get a couple extra yards there. First down and 10 from the 12-yard line.
They'll go from the I formation.
Ball on the 12-yard line.
Under pressure.
Hits the top of his drop and finds a receiver. It's Davis out of the backfield. 9 consecutive completions for John Kitna, who I believe also played for the Cowboys?
Ball on the 9-yard line.
Or Lions. I was thinking Lions. I think he also played for the Cowboys.
And this is the 5th play of this drive.
hand off to the left side. Davis doesn't really have a whole lot of room to run on that one. Really great open field tackle by the Browns there, looking to hold to a field goal attempt here from the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll have to find out what happens here after the quarter break. That's right, quarter one is already done. Steelers are on the move deep in Browns territory. 7-0 our score here as we rotate the field, or flip the field, I should say.
They need 6.
Third down and 6 from the shotgun. Drops back, fires over the middle. It's intercepted. Oh, they did one better. They didn't just hold to the field goal attempt. They got a pick, and it wasn't even a back. It was a defensive tackle coming up with a nice interception to stop the scoring opportunity. A little bit of a run back. It's going to get him out to the 5-yard line.
The lone back, closing in with the throw.
Deep in his own territory, in his own end zone, in fact. Just did get that one out of his hands.
Coming on a blitz, and when the pressure doesn't get to the quarterback quickly enough, somebody's going to be open.
Deion
downfield.
Branch, I believe,
That's exactly what
with the
happened on
reception.
that
A
play.
nice catch over the middle. Give him a little bit of breathing room. Oh, they're going to give him 2nd and 2. For some reason, I thought he had more yards, but that's all right. Still a solid 8-yard gain. Going to go with a pass play again, and that time he throws into triple coverage. Lucky that was just an
I
incompletion.
don't know what happened there. The quarterback did his job delivering a catchable ball. He just couldn't come up with it.
So 3rd down and 2. John Madden's not watching the same game. That was into 3 defenders.
Pressure with the throw.
Throws to the right side, and they're going to call that a catch?
He makes a terrific catch.
That is a terrific catch on the sideline. We'll see if they take a look at this one. The sideline reviews are not great. Doesn't look like they're going to worry about it, but I mean, the reviews in this game in general, not great. Sideline especially
Throwing. Perfect pass.
is really bad.
Utilizes his time.
Hit as he threw, but
Incomplete.
found a receiver for at least a couple.
On that play. He saw they were coming on the blitz, and he had that thing out of there pretty quickly.
Nope, didn't catch
Second and
the
9. Ball on their own 17.
Kerry Collins or Jeff Garcia. 2 quarterbacks I can think of with the number 5.
Throws it. And this
Goes
pass
over the middle, up near the 30-yard line, and that'll be a 1st and 10 for the Browns. So that turnover, helping this offense get into a rhythm. Sudden change. It is Kerry Collins. And that's already a couple of first downs out to the 30.
6th play of this drive. Closing in with the throw.
Collins to the right side, finds a receiver. It's number 49. I believe he's a fullback. He's pulling away from some people, bouncing off some tackles. They should be in Pittsburgh Steelers territory. A terrific drive so far. I think you can see why the Pittsburgh Steelers are 5-5. Really terrific opening drive. Took a lot of clock. Got the touchdown.
Hand it off.
And then they were able to hold and get the punt return and give it back to an offense that was already in rhythm. Again drove down the field, but then that mistake. The mistake is now leading to a massive drive for the Cleveland Browns. It's already eaten up, 60 yards?
1st and 10. Ball on the 29-yard line.
65 yards to this point. Fresh set of downs here for the Browns. Going to try and find some room off the left side, but 3 Pittsburgh Steelers awaited.
Look at how he fights off the blocker, and he makes a heck of a play to bring him down.
The Steelers come out in a nickel package. Pressure coming.
Drop back, rolls and fires. That time it's into triple coverage, but does find his receiver. Wow, what a throw and catch there. A lot of trust in his receiver to come up with that one. And trust in himself that he's going to throw that ball accurately.
1st and 10.
They're getting a 1st and 10 from the 12.5-yard line.
Pressure. Throws it. This one
That
falls
is a pass.
incomplete.
It's incomplete.
Not much touch on
Looked
that
like it was
pass.
too tall for the short receiver, but too short for the long receiver. Probably should have just tried to hit maybe a tight end on that curl route and called it Called it a completion. Instead, it's incomplete.
And this is the
We're looking at
11th
second down
play of
and
this
10
drive.
here, about halfway through quarter number 2. This game is burning by in a flash.
Going to the right.
Going with the run to Tomlinson. Tomlinson with a stiff
The
arm.
running
Bounces
game
him
has
off
not
one
been
time,
able to
but
get
can't
started
bounce him
today.
off a
They
second
gotta
time.
hope that the passing
Or
offense
get
is
around
ready
the
to carry
corner.
load.
Should be third down and 9, third and 8 maybe.
Pittsburgh comes out in a dime package.
Ball on the 12-yard line.
Have to get one more play here before the 2-minute warning.
Under pressure.
Rosen finds a receiver in double coverage in between 2 defenders. That is a really nice throw.
I think they just lost track of him.
Kerry Collins is feeling it on this drive. A couple of real dangerous passes. One of them goes for 6. So a 95-yard drive. Takes almost 3 minutes off the clock. Maybe a little over.
So they'll try to
That
tack on the
interception
extra point.
play happened on the first play
The kick is
of the
up,
current quarter.
and the extra point is good. The whole offense
91
got
yards,
into a
2:52
nice
off the
rhythm
clock.
to
Oh,
get
interesting.
that
They gave him
ball drive for a
91 yards.
touchdown.
When you talk about guys being on the same page, that drive is what you mean. The quarterback's doing what he's supposed to do. Linemen are doing what they're supposed to do. Everybody's doing what they're supposed to. That's how you score a touchdown.
The kickoff team lines up.
Lined up for the kickoff. Number 85.
Not a real deep kick. Should be returned. From the 8-yard
Didn't
line.
really get all of that one. He'll get up to the 20. Find some nice room past the 25 up near the 30. That'll hit the 2-minute warning.
First and 10. The backs are lined up in an I. Price goes in motion.
First and 10.
So first and 10 for Kitnai and the Steelers. Lob pass out to the left. You wonder if that interception is going to rattle him. Great coverage by the Browns there. Got a hand on it and deflected it.
Cleveland comes out of the quarter defense.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
Second down and 10. Kitna drops back to throw again. Goes to that left side a second time. That time a much better throw and easier completion. The receiver not draped. Didn't have a receiver draped all over him. It's a gain of 7, or third down, and 3. Looks like they're going to use some motion here. Kitna to throw. He'll go right side this time, and that one was almost. I mean, honestly, it should have been intercepted by that first Browns defender, but he threw it in a diving attempt at an interception by a second Cleveland defender.
Just bounced off his hand.
It's just going to be an incomplete pass. And with a minute 34, Cleveland is going to get the ball back following the very nice drive on the last attempt that went for 6. And a bunch of timeouts,
And so the punt goes out
and it
of
went out of
bounds.
bounds.
It's first and 10. Collins starts out of the shotgun with the throw.
Collins just does get it out of his hands. He finds a receiver right on the sideline. Gonna go first and 10 to first and 10.
Cross the marker and then look for more.
The Browns line up in the shotgun.
37-yard line.
Give it all you got, Pete. Come on.
Dropping back the pass on first down.
Collins
The pass, then incomplete.
throws, and I thought that was actually going to be a completed pass right at the first down marker, but
As a defensive
just
lineman, you
a
love
drop
this
there.
because you know they're going to be passing. So you don't worry about a play pass or a handoff or anything like that. You just rush the passer. Hey, don't think the quarterback doesn't know that, because he'll let the ball fly before he gets sacked by one of those guys.
So second and 10 following the incomplete pass.
Throwing.
Stepped in by me and hit the top of his drop, threw it immediately, didn't look over there, was locked in on that first receiver, and it's intercepted by Pittsburgh. Pretty nice catch on the back end by the defender. I mean, didn't really have a ton of time to react, just a really poor decision there by
The offense gets ready to go. following the
Kerry
interception.
Collins. So each team now has turned the ball over once. Cleveland was able to turn it into a touchdown. What can Pittsburgh do?
Over the middle.
Looked like it was going to be a catch and just kind of dropped, or maybe the hit jarred it loose or what, but it'll be second down and 10. Plenty of time for Pittsburgh here. Maybe a good opportunity to just kind of sprinkle in a little bit of the run. It hasn't been super effective, but you might catch Cleveland off guard. Hit him with a draw.
Drops back.
Instead, they're just going to go straight pass. Throws left side, and that one is almost incomplete. This game's first quarter and a half or so really breezed by. Last couple of drives are turning into those incompletion pileups that kind of drag some of these games on.
And they don't want to be making any mistakes.
Dropping back. Under pressure. Looking deep to the right. He's
Getting the
there.
throws deep.
Big time play by Price.
Really nice catch there at the 20-yard line.
He caught that, and he made it look very easy.
The
Really
coach
nice
is having
grab.
them hurry it up. Pittsburgh calls a timeout.
And we'll take that timeout at the 1 minute mark. Again, I don't love that timeout. I talk about it every single week that I'm doing these. It's just not great.
As long as they're careful with the football.
You got to call it sooner or just let them run the play. What's going to likely happen here is if they have a completed pass or a run, they're going to call another timeout. So they burn 2 timeouts in about 5 seconds of game time. And then they're stuck with one for the final 50 some odd seconds. And we'll take that immediately. They burned 2 and 3 in game seconds. Really bad pass there by Kitna. Out to the flat. Great open field tackle by Cleveland. Cause a loss of 4, and they burn their second timeout.
Closing in with the throw, and he makes
Wow, he got around that defender. Oh my goodness. And he got pushed out of bounds. All of that went to the Steelers. Or all of that went the Steelers' way.
After the catch. Time for the defense to play up tight and bump those receivers. If they do that,
third down and
they
2.
can disrupt any short pattern that the quarterback is planning on throwing to.
Davis pulls him. Not much there.
Davis falls just short of the first down marker. Should see a timeout from Cleveland here. There's no reason for them to let this clock run at all. Give yourselves an opportunity with a couple of timeouts.
About a 28-yard field goal here as they line up for the kick.
This is not what I was looking for at the end of this half, but I will take the time burn here.
And it's on its way. The kick sails through the upright.
Kick is up. Kick is good. A 28-yard field goal by Ritchie caps off the drive started by an interception. 10-7. Pittsburgh regains the lead with 8 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Maynard is just about ready to kick this one away.
Number 22, back deep to return.
Short kickoff.
Kick is away, and it'll be from about the 15-yard line. He'll get up near the 25 and actually fall a couple yards past it. Likely just see a kneel down here. Not really much to do as far as
I don't think we'll be seeing any type of Hail Mary. A simple run should get us to halftime.
5 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It's not a whole lot you can do. I'll go with a running play. Pick up a few garbage yards, and that will...
They have 2 remaining.
Just kidding. They called a timeout. All right.
They need 6. Ball on their own 31. The Browns using motion.
I guess they thought a 4-yard run would help them get closer to the end zone for a Hail Mary. Nope, it's just an incomplete pass on the...
We've reached the halfway point. Quite a contest to this point
Right,
with the
whatever.
score.
One extra play there to try and pad the stats, but nothing doing. 10-7 is your current halftime score. You can see the Steelers are starting to pull away here a little bit. They have a lot more yards. Most of the yards for Cleveland coming on that big 91-yard scoring drive following the interception.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. It's on its way. From the 4.
From the 4 up past the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Cleveland Browns in their first drive after halftime. See if they make any adjustments here. Take maybe some more plays from what they did on that that touchdown drive and implement them here.
Man in motion. Pass play here on 1st down. Pressure coming.
Collins hits, throws. He's going to go to the right side. It's probably going to be a loss of 1. Really nice coverage there. Throw was maybe a little bit high. It was definitely high because Tomlinson left his feet. Not exactly what you want to see there. It's not going to be the worst loss we've ever seen, but still not a positive play, and that's not how you want to start a drive after halftime. 2nd and 12 is actually what they're going to call it.
So look for that strategy, Al.
That was Melissa Stark with her sideline report.
Collins hits the top of his drop. He gets hit as he threw. Not a sack, not an intentional grounding.
He was definitely going to take a sack.
And they'll face a long 3rd down here.
3rd and 12. Pump fakes, rolls, fires down the middle of the field. It's off the hands and incomplete. You gotta come up with that catch right there. That's a 1st down and 10 with it written all over that, and nothing you can do. Oh my goodness.
Unable to get anything going on that series, they'll have to punt it away here. Here's the kick.
So it is a quick 3 and out for Cleveland. They'll punt the ball over to Pittsburgh, who's going to get really good field position on the helmet right about the 49-yard line or so.
Davis lines up behind his fullback and
pitches left side. Davis tries to find some room, able to avoid at least the first tackle and kind of fight forward, gets spun down after a gain of a few. But a solid start to the drive for Pittsburgh, who finds themselves immediately in Cleveland territory.
2nd and 6. Ball on the 46-yard line.
throws it.
Oh my goodness, tried to go down the middle. A lot of orange helmets in the way. And number 32 comes up with the pick. 2nd interception of the day for this Cleveland defense. We'll see Kitna take a bit of a lick there. Don't know if that really affected the throw. Looked like he had enough room to try and drive that ball. Just not a great throw or a bad decision. And again, really showing why this team's 5-5. They have drives of brilliance and then just interceptions.
Collins sends a man in motion.
Middle of the road team that could maybe get hot and make a Super Bowl run, or just completely fall out of the playoff picture altogether.
Tomlinson. He delivers the forearm. Pickup of about 8.
So the Browns get the ball back just like that. They're going to hand the ball off to Tomlinson, which I think is a good call.
It's 2nd down and 1 to go. Ball on their own 41. The lineup with 6 defensive backs. With the throw.
That is a really nice throw over the top of that defender. You can see him jump for it and try to pick it off. Nothing doing there. 1st down and 10 for Cleveland.
Only one man in the backfield.
They capitalized on the first turnover they were able to acquire with a touchdown.
Tomlinson.
A handoff there. Should lose about 2.
Just collapsed on that play.
The offensive line has to get good movement on the snap of the ball for the inside run to work, and it didn't happen on that play.
2nd and long coming up here. Ball on the 47-yard line.
Second down
The
and
Browns
12.
using motion, dropping back. Tomlinson.
Tries to
A
find
yard,
some
maybe
room, but
two
not a
on the
whole
count.
lot going there.
Gain of 2 on the play.
The Browns line up in the shotgun.
Ball on the 45-yard line.
Got the ball, Zed. Hit him low.
Gets rid of it.
Drops and throws. That was a play that got him into trouble earlier in the game, led to a turnover that led to the 3-point lead for Pittsburgh off the field goal. Another one of those very quick drops. It's like a 3, maybe a 5-step drop at most. And then you have just like a little slant route, and you're just going to hit the top of the drop and rip it. As we see Hansen come up for the field goal attempt, and the kick is good. 54-yard field goal by Hansen knots the game up at 10. I thought it might actually go a little wide to the left, but no, they are all good. 2:15 to go here in quarter number 3, game 1 of 3 that we'll be doing today. And when we do get into those sweet, sweet playoffs, we will be doing 4 games a week.
Lines up for the kickoff. Number 84, back deep to return.
Nice distance.
Okay, so it's,
Well, the last time they had the ball, they turned it over on an interception. Let's see what happens here.
On the return.
First and 10. Ball on their own 19.
Either left. Back off, DB. Stay out.
Hands it off. Fakes
we're going to
the
go with the
handoff.
play-action pass. Cleveland had a really nice defensive call there.
Sticks with that
They
completion.
blitzed like a safety off the edge there. Just didn't have enough speed to get to the quarterback. But you could see him barreling down on Kitna. They got a really nice play call by Pittsburgh that incorporated the play-action pass. Otherwise, that might not look as close
No
as
goal
it
from the I
was.
formation.
It's a nice find to the right side, though, and they're all the way up to the 39 because of it. First down and 10.
He gets the carry. Gets the pass
We're
off.
going to go again with the
They'll mark it
play-action
at the
pass, and they're
31-yard
getting a
line.
really
No
aggressive
problem
Cleveland
picking up the
defense here, trying to get to that quarterback. That's the second straight completion that Kitna has been able to burn their safety blitz or just an
It's
extra
first
piece
and
of
10.
pressure
Ball on the
and rip it
31-yard
in
line.
for a big gain. In Cleveland territory around the 30-yard line.
Great
Going to go with another play-action pass. He's should have had that one. Should have had that one. The play-action passes are looking worse and worse as far as the play-action part is
You got to
concerned.
use some touch.
He's faking handing off to a ghost at this point.
Let's go. Come on.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him.
Ball on the 31-yard line.
Dropping back. Under pressure. Throwing. He
Throw
finds
right side. We're going to get a face mask here. It's an incidental 5-yard face mask. But that will give them the yardage that they need.
signaling that he grabbed
Wrong
the face
side.
mask.
But they will give them the
Sometimes
yardage
the
that they need
defender will
for
do
the
whatever
first
it
down.
takes to
So
get a guy down. This time he got caught pulling him down by the mask.
So they have first and 10 here.
mercifully for
Ball on the
Cleveland, it was just a
19-yard line.
5-yard penalty, so they don't give up too much field position.
As the offense gets closer to the goal line, the defense can tighten up and make it much tougher for the offense.
Oh,
to get the
wow.
ball
John
in
Madden
the
didn't
end
even
zone.
get to finish that sentence.
Steelers.
They were talking about how it was going to get much tighter and harder
The
to
quarterback
harder to
had an
execute
open
their
line to
plays,
throw
and
the
then
pass,
bam,
and he
touchdown.
got it in there for a touchdown.
So a really nice throw here. Just got inside that defender. Nobody really covered well on the back end, and that is an easy 6 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 16-10 here with 1:11 to go here in the third quarter.
They'll line up for the extra point. And it's up. And he takes on the extra point. So, John, we see this offense looking good and very pleased. They were able to put together a nice package of plays for a touchdown.
You give some credit to that big offensive line. Those guys are working hard out there, and it's showing on drives like that.
The kickoff team lines
Is
up.
lined up for the kickoff. Number 22, back to return.
Not a bad kick. They'll set up for the return. from the 8-yard line. Slips the tackle, running with purpose. They're ready to go again after that last drive ended with a field goal. Only one man back.
Set. Ain't got nothing. Take a bow. Get in there.
Going to the air on first down. Rosen almost got it. Didn't even see the defender, and it almost ended up as an interception.
Yeah, maybe he was expecting man-to-man, and they dropped into a zone. He threw off his reads and where he thought the defense was going to be.
So it's 2nd and 10.
That's just another in a long line, a growing line of plays for this Cleveland Browns team where they're just telling the quarterback to just hit the top of his drop and go to the primary read or the primary receiver and just not really look. It's cost them once. They got a completion out of it, but that one was almost intercepted. So you have terrible, good, and middle between those three. Big loss on 2nd down. Is going to set up a 3rd and 17. Didn't look like it got blocked well at all. Confusion on the offensive line. And that is just that's an abysmal pass.
And it looks like this.
Abysmal pass right there. Fourth down and 17.
He's back to punt. Here's the punt. From the 48-yard
Nice
line.
job to get around that
He had a good return.
Boy, the coverage team is going
return coverage guy and
he could take the next one all
set him
the
up
way.
basically in field goal range, long range field goal from here, but nevertheless it is tremendous field position from the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 with 34 seconds to go.
Pressure coming. Goes with a short pass to the right side.
I don't know if Pittsburgh has Cleveland, excuse me, has a sack on Pittsburgh today. It seems like they're trying to get close, but just able to get out of harm's way has Kid been able to do success.
36-yard line.
All of those words don't make sense. Kid has done a good job getting the ball out of his hand towards a receiver at least. And they keep bringing this pressure, and they're doing a good job with this quick release design.
That was a perfect opportunity to make a big play for his defense. He lets it go as an incomplete pass rather than an interception.
The Browns come out in a nickel package.
3rd down and 10 here.
Under pressure with the
Getting the
pass.
throws right side into double coverage, and he's going to come down with that reception.
This is a great
1st
call
and
on
10.
3rd down to keep this drive alive. They were in a tough spot here, but this is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that 1st down.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Lose it.
Hand it off to the back. Just about 2 yards in the run by the halfback.
Gain of 2 on the play.
They'll go from the I formation. So we've reached the
We'll
end of the
conclude
third
quarter number
with the
3. We have a
Steelers
7-point lead in
and
favor of the
Browns
Steelers,
17-10.
17-10.
The teams are set for the 4th quarter of play. About 8 yards. Ball on the 22-yard line.
2nd down and 8. 5 minutes to decide this one.
Davis. Nice play.
Play action pass to Davis. A nice open receiver there.
Yeah, when you
Nice
put
touch
together a
pass.
great pass with a heck of a
And just
catch,
ran
that's
right under it,
exactly
and
what you're
bam,
gonna
1st
get.
and goal.
The backs are lined up in an I.
Ball on the 7-yard line.
Davis setting up play action.
Another play action pass, and it works to perfection. Wide open receiver in the back of the end zone. 1st 6, Kitna. They are really working this play action pass well.
Enough for his receiver to get open in the end zone for the score.
This the backside of this Cleveland defense is not holding up well. Not rotating or communicating correctly. They might be sending too much pressure up towards the front. They find themselves down 13 with 4:41 to go in the game.
Ritchie comes in to attempt the point after. And it's on its way. The point after is good. A good-looking drive, and they score the touchdown. The offensive unit should be very pleased with their performance on that one.
Big players make big plays, and that scores touchdown. Give some credit to the linemen out there. They're the biggest guys in the field, and without them, no one gets into the end zone.
Maynard is back and ready to put this one in the air. Not a real deep kick. Should be returned from the 7.
Down inside the 10-yard line. He'll get up past the 20 and get clobbered right around the 23-yard line. This is it. Cleveland needs a touchdown here, or the game is just about over. With a touchdown relatively quickly,
First and 10.
they have a shot at least to try and get another 7 before this clock runs out.
They'll go from the I
It
formation.
could take maybe 2 to 2.5 minutes.
To the air on first down. With the pass.
Oh, left side, it got tipped and picked.
The defense having
Well,
a great
all right.
day. 3 picks.
Pittsburgh is most likely going to walk away with this one. That is a huge interception. I think, again, it was one of those plays where he just hit the top of his drop and ripped it to the primary receiver. And that time it burned him.
Davis lines up behind his fullback in the I.
23-yard line.
He shakes the defender. Runs over the 10. Gain of 10.
30 with the carry. Gain of 10 on the play.
Really solid gain there on first down. It's going to set up 2nd and 1.
Closing in.
Getting throws into the backfield. He's going to get a face mask call here. They're going to call another incidental face mask.
Penalties and takeaways are just as big a factor in some games as effective offense. The team that stays mistake-free usually wins the game.
It's first and goal. The quarterback
First
lines
down
up with
and
2
goal
backs
here
behind him.
for Pittsburgh. Opportunity to just really put this game away, and they will take it. Touchdown, Steelers. 279 passing yards. A lot of that coming off the
This guy's always a treat when they get down near the goal line.
play-action pass. Is Pittsburgh a dangerous team going into the playoffs? Question mark. Can they make a run at it? They're in a very competitive AFC North team they're going to want to keep an eye on today, and if you're curious about it.
The kicker lines up for the point after. The kick is up. The point after is good.
Bengals.
And so
Pay attention to that Bengals game. We could see Pittsburgh, Cincinnati later on down the line, meaning a whole lot in what is the most consistently chaotic division in football, the AFC North, or the AFC Central, depending on which year you're talking about.
Here's the kickoff team.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 22, back deep to return.
And this one's a short kickoff. From the 7. The Browns need to rebound quickly as they start this drive at the 24. So they have first and 10 here. Ball on their own 24. Man in motion.
Spun down after a gain of a couple, and we're going to have an injury here for Pittsburgh. Bryant Young
2nd and 7. Ball on the 27-yard line.
Collins sets up. Pressure coming with the pass. Breaks the tackle.
Oh, nice play here. He's been the most effective player for the Cleveland Browns today. Fullback number 49.
They just couldn't converge on the ball in time, and now they get a whole new set of downs.
Three touchdowns is a lot to come back from this late in the game. Can Cleveland at least make it interesting as we wind down game number 1? All Pittsburgh here second half. More importantly, all Pittsburgh here in not even half of this fourth quarter.
Of about 3. Seven yards to go. Ball on the 50.
They got nothing.
Throwing. Pass ball's incomplete. No one there.
Right side. Oh my gosh.
Third down.
Destroyed that man.
And this is the 5th play of this drive. Rolls right, rolling right, pressure, gets rid of
it as he threw it, just threw it away, and that's going to set up a 4th down.
Fourth and 7. Ball on the 50-yard line.
Man in motion. Throws it.
That's a nice throw and a nice conversion on 4th down for a first down. Great throw. Great. I mean, just everything about that is great. Nice, easy lob over the middle. Didn't make it a difficult catch. A great route on the receiver's part.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball
They're
on
at
the
least going to keep
42-yard line.
trying here.
Collins gets set. Throwing.
Throwing right side,
This pass is
deflected.
incomplete. McCutcheon was right there to break that play up.
And that's just the kind of play they've come to expect from him. He always seems to make the big play just when they need him to.
Only one man in the backfield. With the pass.
There's a throw into a bunch of traffic, and it's intercepted yet again. He had a receiver open, and it was the man. It was number 49. He's been a force all game long, and instead forced it a little further inside, and it was a mess. So Pittsburgh, not really much that they need to do here.
Sets up, using motion. He tucks it away. They'll bring him down at the 44. Penalty marker down in the field.
Got an inadvertent face mask on the defense.
They called it inadvertent.
You know, there's so many limbs flying and body parts moving around that you just tackle whatever you can and you grab anything that's moving. Sometimes you get a handful of mass.
2nd and 1 coming up. Ball on their own 49.
That penalty does unfortunately stop the clock. 2:33 to go here. Seen a lot of face mask penalties. Haven't seen the clipping penalty that has been so frequent in this game for whatever reason.
For a first down. First and 10. Ball on the 47-yard line.
Nice job with the clock management here, at least trying to wind it down. I don't think they had to take a snap before the 2-minute warning, but they will. So that'll happen. No problem. 2-minute warning here.
It makes it very difficult to move the ball on offense.
I got tricked. Even when I thought that when I thought the game was gonna start really revving up and taking less time, it's just not.
2 minutes to the final gun. He tucks it away. Down he goes at the 45. Just about a yard on the run. Okay, sets up. Cleveland will call a timeout.
Why? Why are you calling timeout? Cleveland, what are you doing?
And so the offense gets one more shot to see what they can do here with the time remaining. He'll line up for what will be his second punt of the game. Here's the kick.
That's awful. They should just let him run up the clock. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Past the goal line, no return here. So they have first and 10 here. Ball on their own 20. Dropping back to pass on first down. Throwing. And he
finds a receiver.
Not quite far enough to pick up the first down.
Yeah, gain of 8. I don't know if they're going to be able to get a playoff here before that 1 minute hits. 1-0. Oh, they could not do it. Those are the most frustrating of those timeouts to see, where it's like they are just about to get there. They're just about to snap the ball. Call the timeout 9 seconds sooner.
Ball on their own 28. There's about 1 minute left. The Browns using motion. Drops back. Under pressure with the pass.
That's off the hands. The man that I had complimented of being such a force throughout this game drops that one. Second or third down and 2. As a, it'll update after they break the huddle.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
Closing in with the throw.
3rd and 2, throws over the middle, finds a receiver. Nobody's making a tackle. What in the world is happening? That was a 3rd down and 2 that should not have gone for that amount of yards. I don't know that Cleveland even has any timeouts. Should have called the timeout here if they had one. That's a really long play. Receivers also got to do a better job of getting out of bounds in that situation. You're not going to get the touchdown. You're not going to get it all back at once. Once you start kind of feeling that guy on your hip. At least try to make a break for the boundary.
But
I don't know that any of these games have this, that,
throws it, hits him in stride, and he stopped at the 4-yard line.
What they're doing here is
built into their game. That's a nice completion there on a first or a 2nd and 10, excuse me. 3rd down and 2. Snap goes back. And that'll be a touchdown for Cleveland. They needed that drive way sooner. So they'll at least make it a 2-score game. If you're betting at home. Oops. I don't know. I don't know what the...
Hansen comes in for the extra point. And it's up.
Kick is up. Kick is good.
The Browns.
So it'll be 31-17. I don't know what the betting spread on this game was.
But this might be a little too deep a hole.
It's far too deep a hole. They're lucky they even got the touchdown there.
A have to get the ball back quickly, so they're going to try the onside kick. The onside kick is off. From the 41.
Wow, they actually got the
Cleveland
onside
needs
kick.
2 scores to get back
Wow,
into this
what?
one.
That sucks. All of this sucks for Cleveland. They're down 14. If they were down 7, they might have a shot here, but
1st and 10.
wow.
On their own
They
41.
actually got the onside kick. That is unbelievable. Unreal.
Collins sets up. To the air on 1st down. Looking for a receiver. Throws it. How about that speed? Great individual
Down
effort.
inside the 40. Timeout Cleveland. Oh, they had a timeout. Okay. Cleveland, real weird with their timeout usage here. I thought they were out of them when they didn't take it after the big play down the field.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on the 35-yard line.
I'm sure that was their 3rd and final, though, because they took one on the Pittsburgh side, the one at the 1-minute mark, and that would have been 3.
Pressure
So
coming with the pass. That incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Cleveland's got to be taking a shot at the end zone here. End zone or sideline.
Pittsburgh looking for pass with only 3 down linemen and 7 DBs on the field.
It's the top of his drop. Throws short completion. They'll get spun down after a gain of a few. It'll actually be a gain of 8.
They're going to go with a no huddle.
Go, 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 go.
Spike stops the
They're going to actually get a free 1st down. Wow. Jones was so far offsides.
The defense was
He was in the backfield as the play started.
That penalty was a costly one. It basically gives the
Oh, that's
offense a
awesome.
free play.
What's not awesome is this camera work. Hold on. What are we pointing at?
With the game pretty much over, let's see if they try a Hail Mary here.
It is not much of a Hail Mary considering that they're on the 22-yard line. Hail Mary, I think, requires a deeper field position. Oh, that's a terrible throw. And 1 second left on the clock of the game comes to a close. Bit of a bizarre ending there, but the Browns showed some life. It was just a little too late there. 31-17, your final in game number 1 of today's coverage. We'll get you down to Houston here in just a moment. As this game felt a little out of hand. I mean, they needed that drive that they had at the end of the game when it was 24-10. Instead, it's 34-10. You just go like, that's it. That's the game. Thanks for playing, I guess. God, we're like a month away from Spider-Man, by the way. Actually, the day this video posts, May 2nd, exactly 1 month from Spider-Man. What was it? Across the Spider-Verse? Across the Spider-Verse. So exciting. We actually got a bunch of good movies out last week with what was it? Sisu and Polite Society. Anyway, let's go on down to check out the Patriots taking on the Texans. We're going to Houston, folks. If you haven't, these are always the great times to subscribe. Really appreciate the autosave feature here in Madden NFL 2004. I don't think it's there. I don't think it's present in the other game. Couple more 5-5 teams looking to take a shot at looking at having an opportunity to take another step towards a playoff appearance.
Thanks for joining us as the Patriots square off against the Texans.
It's very AFC heavy today. I understand that. I feel like I kind of lean AFC anyway. I don't know why.
This defense has been watching extra film.
I think the problem is that the AFC has the North, right? The AFC North, which is always like so competitive and so interesting with, you know, how wild it gets down the stretch. But the problem also for the NFC is that they have the NFC East, which has so frequently been run by the Dallas Cowboys over the 4 seasons that we've done this. I haven't really had to like check in on them. The NFC South isn't particularly interesting this year. I tend to lean towards the North because I'm a Packers fan, so we see that a little bit more. But the AFC AFC usually has the divisions that are a little more competitive.
Today as we get set for
You
the
can
kickoff.
see AFC South right there, 6-5, 4-3. I love it. Houston and New England looking for a shot at a wild card
Here's
spot.
the kickoff team.
As always, we'll get you the scores and standings after all the games have been completed and viewed here. They go up near the past the 25, and that is a really solid run back here for the New England Patriots. Start their first drive of the day with Brad Johnson at the helm. I forgot about that, even though I think they were on the show fairly recently. A couple weeks ago, maybe. Nice job by that Houston Texans defense to get into the backfield and take him down.
This team loves to play zone and pass guard. They'll use the cover 2 on just about any play. Relying on the defense.
Brad Johnson smiling for some reason after he got clobbered in the backfield.
Now and then to change things up. That's usually inside the 20-yard line and keep the offense off balance.
Now in 2nd and long after the sack.
Wow, we got a real big heat bump here in the Inland Northwest. And another sack.
Couldn't escape the pass.
Like the last couple of days, it was in the 80s, and then it's going to get up to 82 on Thursday, and then drop to 64, and then drop to 56. Like, whoa, okay.
They're looking now at
All right.
3rd and long after the sack. Johnson sets up.
So Johnson's going to throw a big old pass down the field, and he got a lot of yards, but it wasn't enough yards because they had 2 sacks on their opening drive. Set up way too long of a 3rd down conversion attempt. And it'll be 4th down and 7.
So 3 and out, and they'll line up to punt. Here's the punt.
Well, it seemed like he got a little underneath that one. Fair cut. I mean, he got a lot of air under it. Maybe cost himself some distance, but a fair catch is still a pretty good result.
Takes on one of the top defenses in the league.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one, Al. If this defensive line can get some penetration early,
It's going to be
especially
from
the
the
weak side,
34-yard line.
chance to get some sacks.
First down
Hurry
and
the
10,
passer.
I
You
formation.
can't let the quarterback set up back there, or this guy will just tear
There's
you
a
apart.
pitch to the right side. Try and find some room, but nothing doing there.
These guys up front
I would guess that the Patriots would be the high-ranked defense in this scenario.
Leverage on running play.
That
Sometimes they
Belichick
struggle a little with their
masterpiece.
consistency, but they always seem to be a big factor when the game's on the line.
Brady gets set. Cardell comes in motion. He hands it off. Running with purpose. About a 2-yard gain by the fullback.
Richie, last name rings a bell, but I can't place who it is. Kind of feel like I can see his face, but I'm not 100% sure. Not confident in that. Not really relevant. It is 3rd down and 9. Drops and throws. A little float pass over the middle. Beautiful throw and catch. That'll convert for the first down inside Patriots territory. Oh, wow. Shocker. Tom Brady made a nice throw, everybody. Look out. No one could have guessed that. Tom Brady, Super Bowl winner last year with the Dallas Cowboys. Can he do it in Texas again? It's a really nice lob throw to the outside shoulder of the receiver. Everything about it was great. I like digital Tom Brady a lot more than real life Tom Brady.
Did a nice job bringing that play.
Yeah, either that or it just got thrown in there so hard it stuck.
They'll go from the I formation.
2nd down and 4.
Using motion. Under pressure, throwing.
hit as he threw it. It didn't matter. He still got it out of his hand. A wobbly little lazy duck there.
Yeah, what I like about this quarterback is how much he'll hit the receivers in the numbers. He puts a ball where either his guy will catch it or no one will.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Brady sets up. The blitz is on. Pressure. Throwing
Brady
short.
drops, throws. He's going to go with a throw to the left side. I thought Richie was going to be caught immediately, but he was able to slip out of that tackle and make nice progress up the field to the 11-yard line. The chain gang moves, and it is 1st and 10. This Texans drive looking real nice. Brady playing the team that he played for at the time, Houston.
To the air on 1st down. Pressure coming.
Brady throws left side. A little surprised that he went at an angle rather than just straight up towards the end zone, but
where they can break free and wait for the
that's
pass
fine.
to get there.
Second and 2. Ball is 2.5 yards out.
Second and 2. Ball on the 3-yard line.
Thomas.
Tries to find some room in the backfield, but not a whole lot doing there. Patriots selling out to stop the run. We're going to make the GOAT beat us with his arm. You're not going to beat us on the ground. We're going to force Tom Brady to throw the ball. I don't know if that's a great plan. He wasn't the GOAT just yet. He's actually fairly lowly rated. That's another running play. Don't love the play calls on those last 2 plays, especially on the 3rd down. I think, 2nd and short, it's fine. But when you lose yards, I get you maybe want to try and throw them off. Throw them off the scent, see if you can surprise them a little bit. Catch them off guard. It said throw them off, and I was like, guard's the next word that happens here, but it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Kick is up. Kick is good. 22-yard field goal from Chandler gives the Houston Texans a 3-0 lead over the New England Patriots under a minute to go here in quarter number 1.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. Not a real deep kick. Should be returned from the 11. The defense shut down the offense the last time they had the ball. Only one man in the backfield.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
Hit him low.
Going to the air on 1st down. Slings it to the outside.
Throw to a little screenplay there. I don't think we see those a ton here in Madden NFL. We see them more frequently in NFL Fever, and they almost never work.
And they need about 9. Ball on their own 28.
Let's go. Come on.
The Patriots using motion. Looking to run it here.
And try and find some room up the middle, and nothing doing there. Houston's trying to use the same philosophy. We'll make Brad Johnson beat us with his arm. It feels like a bit of a better idea there. So I don't know that he's the most feared passer in the league. We'll find out what happens here in on this 3rd down attempt. It's 3-0 Texans over the Patriots. Each team 5-5. Looking to hit that 6-win mark, which would put them in competition for like a 3 seed, perhaps. I know the Houston Texans are in 2nd place, so I believe the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Johnson sets up.
But it's like the Bills and
With the pass.
that's a throw out of bounds. That's a terrible throw. All of that is awful. That throw was way too high. It was way too short of the 1st down marker. And just a disgusting play all around. And the first play of the second quarter, an utter failure. 4th down and 9.
So the lineup to punt after going 3 and out. Here's the kick. And he chooses not to return this one.
Another fair
That's a
catch.
good job of getting downfield by the cover team to force a
Two fair catches. We shall see Tom Brady bring this Houston Texans team back out onto the field, or Houston Texans offense, I should say, back out onto the field.
Looks like a gain of about 2 on that counter. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
On the 36-yard line.
Runs through the tackle. Thomas wasn't able to get anything going on that play.
They got there and shut
Tom
that
Brady's
play down very quickly.
Ability
That's
as a
just the case
passer
in
is just
studying
being
game
neutered
film
by
this week paying
terrible
off.
play calling.
You know what they like to
You've just
run
seen them
in certain
pounding the rock
situations.
here
You can anticipate
over and
the
over
play call.
again, and now you're going to put them
Stop
into
the
a
play before it even
3rd
gets
down and
started.
7. Pretty predictable
Quarterback
pass
lines up with
situations. It's
two
going to
backs
allow
behind him.
the defense to just pin their ears back and rush straight at him.
Throwing.
And he almost threw an interception. That was not a great throw by Brady. He had exactly what he was looking for on the outside. He had one-on-one, or maybe it was just his own coverage that was beaten. If he gets just a little more air under that ball, he can probably catch the receiver on the sideline for a big gain. We'll be sure to give him that tip. We'll let him know, hey, Brady, if you want to make that catch, we can tweet at him and let him know. Hey, back in Madden 2004, just a little tip for you.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
So 1st and 10, maybe seeing why Houston is 5-5, you go, oh, Tom Brady, that's a couple wins, kind of just, not even like, not necessarily automatically, but that's definitely a huge help. And then you look at this, the play calling and the way that they're not able to get in much of a rhythm, and it's just like, what's the big idea, huh?
Toss play to the left.
Toss play left side. Tries to go spin move back inside.
41-yard line. Just about a 3-yard gain there. Third and 3. Ball on their own 41.
But this defense has played pretty solidly. If the offensive coordinator could help Brady get into a little bit of a rhythm, it might be a more potent offense. And a great throw by Johnson ended up being about 3 defenders in the area. And that'll be an incomplete pass.
Just couldn't hang on to it.
Offense couldn't get it done in the lineup to punt. Here's the punt.
Oh my goodness, phone.
This one goes out of bounds.
Baseball, by the way, back tonight. Had the day off yesterday after the disaster on Sunday. We'll be opening up a series against the Oakland Athletics. Hopefully we can get back into a bit of a groove, especially offensively. Speaking of offense, see what they do with Tom Brady and the Houston Texans offense. 3 minutes plus to go here in the second quarter. There's the throw that we're looking for. Really nice pass and catch there. He's going to be up near midfield. That's what you want to see more out of this Houston Texans team. Even if he's not a 99 overall, he's still a very effective quarterback in 2004.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Tom Brady with a nice throw to get into Patriots territory. 1st and 10.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him.
They crowded that area. That's where they always talked about trying to get to Tom Brady. It was right up the middle. But Belichick was always so good about creating a game plan or making play calls or putting the right people in the right positions to make the correct play calls to either get the ball out of his hand quickly or to just kind of nullify that thing. Everyone knew it. Everyone knew if you got in Brady's face, it was a lot rougher for him. But they were better at executing and game planning than you were.
slowing down for him right now. He's seeing the coverage and finding the open man.
Man, give me tickets. Give me tickets and some times for Spider-Man. Holy cannoli. Is he going to be in the Dolby Theater on a Thursday night? Do I need to take a Friday off work?
Thomas, the lone back.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
Pressure coming with the pass. He hits
A
his
slant
receiver.
route there.
Clearly they were on
This
the
Houston
same
Texans
page.
team starting to pick up a little bit of rhythm here offensively from the
and the receiver gaining lots of yards
from
after
the
catch.
passing game. Oh man,
Only
it is
one man in the
time for a new
backfield.
fight.
2
2-minute
minutes
warning
left in the quarter.
here in Houston. 3-0 Texans.
They need about 3.
It's rare that a field goal lead feels so good. But with the way this Texans defense has been playing and
Closing in.
Patriots not being all that
Nowhere to throw it.
scary offensively,
He's got to do a better job of reading the defense before the snap. Then get the
feels
ball
like it's
out
going to take the
check down
Patriots a
the
lot to
receiver
even just
before the rush
get
can
3 to
to
tie this
3rd and
game.
long now. Let's see what kind of a pass play they go with to try to convert.
When you hear Al Michaels talk about it right there, we'll see what kind of pass play.
Ball on the 29-yard
Pretty
line.
obvious what they are going to want to try and do here.
The quarterback
A
lines
surprise
up
to
with 2
see
backs behind him.
the
Steps up.
Patriots. Oh, what a nice throw, and you got to come up with that catch. Oh my goodness, the Patriots only had 3 down linemen, but they brought some extra pressure with some linebackers and the like. Brady with a nice job stepping up in the pocket, ripped a throw over the middle, and that should have been a catch. You're going to get hit, you better make that catch anyway. Come on. Instead, it is the second field goal of the day for Houston. It is up and good. Chandler is his last name. When I think of Chandler, I think of, that's right, Chris Chandler, Super Bowl participating quarterback. For the Atlanta Falcons. In one of the weirder Super Bowls.
In the air.
41, back to return.
What year was that? It would have been like,
Nice distance.
it was 99, 98, 99. Could do a what if. What if
On their last drive, as they
Morton
went 3
Anderson didn't miss
They don't
that
wanna go
field
into the
goal
half down by this much.
with maybe
They're
the
gonna need
worst
some good
commentator's
throws
curse
and
of
good
all
clock
time?
management here.
5 wide receivers.
Morton Anderson's never missed from inside 30. And it's like, oh, well, that's it.
Man in motion.
Falcons are going to somehow get to the Super Bowl. 15-1 regular season Vikings.
So they'll lose yardage on that tackle. There had to have been a missed block here.
Anytime you have a 3-4, what you really
Maybe
do
the
is
best team that didn't
camouflage
even
and
make
leave
the
a
Super
fourth
Bowl of all
pressure.
time.
And that time it ended up in a sack.
Dropping back under pressure. Throwing. And he makes
I don't even know that
He
Super
flings
Bowl
that
between
pass
the
right to his receiver.
That quarterback rarely
it called?
throws
The
a
Falcons
bad
and the
ball.
Broncos was
You know
all
what
that
this does? It
competitive.
keeps one defense on the field, and it doesn't let them get the right personnel in there sometimes.
Gets rid of it. Drops the interception. John, I don't know
Broncos
how they didn't
Falcons
pick that one
Super
off.
Bowl.
Yeah, the defender was in a perfect position to come up with a big play. He just left his hands over on the
34-19. I guess it wasn't terrible. The Falcons were 14-2, so maybe it wasn't as surprising that they were able to knock off the Minnesota Vikings.
Gets the pass off. Steps up and comes down with
There's a nice
Good
catch
throw.
on a
Good
second
catch
down
to
and
make the
10.
change.
You know, as a
Conversion
receiver,
down
all
to the
you have to do is
40-yard line.
get
They'll
a
be in
step,
Houston
and this
Texans
guy's gonna
territory.
put the ball on.
58 seconds
So
to
they
go
have
in
first
this
and
one.
10 here. Ball on the 40-yard line.
Wow.
Quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Looking for an option. He's going for it all.
Oh, big bomb down the side. That is going to be a completed pass. They're going to throw a 5-yard face mask as well.
Got an inadvertent face mask on the defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So judging by the short distance needed for a touchdown, there's plenty of time remaining
Falcons
to run just about anything on this first down play.
So the Broncos demolished the Dolphins 38-3 and the New York Jets 23-10. The Falcons eked out 2-point victories, or 2-point victory over the 49ers 20-18, and then they upset the Vikings 30-27 in overtime. And then they lost by 12 in the play, or in the Super Bowl. 15 in the Super Bowl. Sorry. Anyway, there you go. 34-19. That's your final score. Throw to the left side. What an important tackle that ended up being. It prevented the touchdown, and now you've seen two pretty bad incomplete passes, and you're looking at a third down and goal, and this is from the 1 yard line. Look, I mean, that ball has to just kind of get sneezed on, and it'll score a touchdown. Maybe this is where you would want to have seen a run a couple of times. You're going to go with a pass play again, and it's incomplete. What an unbelievable goal line stand from this Houston Texans defense to force a field goal from inches in front of the goal line.
Dramatic attempt to put up the first points of the day. And it's up.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. 18-yard field goal by Grammatica is good. I don't even think that's as long as an extra point. That's like a 20-yard field goal.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field.
Number 80.
It's on its way. From the 7.
No one has really taken control so far in this one. It's still
I would argue that, John Madden, you are incorrect. The Houston Texans have felt like they have been in control for most of this game. That was an important drive for the Patriots. A touchdown would have really been helpful to them. Instead, they just cut the lead in half. They're going to need to have a drive like that again to tie or take the lead in this one. That's a really nice throw down the left side. I believe that's McCardell, Keenan McCardell.
And he hit him with a perfect pass.
The defensive back looked a little silly,
They'll
just kind of
probably
turned
run it here
around.
because they still have a couple of timeouts.
The offense can show run, but go with a pass because they might get a favorable matchup.
Ball on the 36-yard line.
First and 10 for Houston. Inside Patriots territory. They could try and get that field goal back and push the lead back out to 6. Throws left side.
Houston,
I'm going to go. I don't love the play call there. I mean, I'm okay with it. I don't love the timeout afterwards. Try and maybe use a couple of seconds to try and hurry to the line. I don't think anybody got terribly far down the field. And maybe you get a little bit of a benefit that the Browns got, where you end up with a defensive player in the backfield to get a free 5 yards.
Slings it to the outside.
That's a nice little throw there. Got a little air under it and completed a pass for about 3 yards. They sent everybody right up the middle.
Puts it right on the money.
And they're... Okay, you'd love to see maybe a little hurry up here. I don't understand what the Houston Texans are doing from a clock management standpoint, because it is awful. Brady drops back, throws over the middle, finds a receiver. I thought that might actually end up getting picked off. They'll go timeout here, and I think with the way the game is going to work, they're not going to try for the end zone here. They are going to go for the field goal.
Very well right now.
And that is a wasted opportunity. Did they have a timeout? Oh, they did not have a timeout. There was no reason for them to huddle. They have time to throw this to the end zone, but it's the safe call to go for 3. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. It's no good. It's wide right. Wide right. Wow.
So they have first.
What a twist and turn, twisting and turning series of events it's been over the back half of this second quarter. Last couple of minutes have been wild. All right, Patriots, and they tried. I think they're actually good. They got the timeout off. I think they're going to get one more shot. Nope, they're not. Okay, just kidding. That was all false. All right, two teams with very similar color palettes. Some would say the exact same color palettes are locked in a close one. 6-3 here. Houston's dominating in a lot of the statistical categories. They have the lead in the score column, which is the most important part.
Bennett is just about ready to kick this one away.
But poor clock management towards the end of the first half. A missed field goal leaves it a 3-point game. Though they do get the ball first here in half number 2. Nice run back past the 25. And that is where they will start with this one. See what kind of adjustments they make. Neither team proficient in the run. I think both teams are under 10 yards. I think total. It is pretty abysmal.
Toss play to the left.
They're going toss play, and that is going to lose about 5.
He did what linebackers are supposed to do. He flew to the ball, and when he got there, he made the sure tackle and brought him down.
2nd and long coming up here. Ball on their own 21. Man in motion.
Second down and 16. Throws over the middle. That's a nice completion there to pick up a good chunk of those yards. At least set up a 3rd down and manageable. The Texans really loving throwing over the middle.
He's trying to hit him right in the hand.
3rd down and 5. Big play for this Patriots defense. See if they can stop them here on the opening drive. Oh, they tried to blitz off the side. I think it worked. Maybe hurried Tom Brady just a little bit there in the pocket. Threw it out to the left side. Coverage was tight and really nice. And that was a deflected pass. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 5. So we will see the punt. So that running play to start out the drive did not help put them in the hole, or in a hole, I should say. And it remains a 3-point game. Punt coverage unit might have over-pursued just a little bit. A nice job to get the corner and turn up field. It'll be 1st down and 10 from the 46-yard line for Johnson and the Patriots. This is what the Patriots need. They need good run backs and just to get into field goal range. I still believe in this Houston Texans defense. The Patriots offense hasn't been great. But if you can find plays like that, that'll definitely help.
The thing about a pass like that is it cuts down on the time the defender has to react to where the ball's heading.
It's 2nd down, 2 to go. Ball on the 46-yard line. Drops back, pressure with the pass. This pass is incomplete. He just lost focus as he dropped the ball.
He made the right read, ran the right route, but he ended up with 2 hands full of air.
The quarterback gets set with
2 hands full of air over here. 3rd down and 2. Big missed opportunity for the Patriots to get a fresh set of downs. Now it's 3rd and 2 off the back foot. We've actually found a receiver who's breaking away from some tackles and some defenders. Huge play up the right side. The rhythm's starting to shift in favor of the New England Patriots offense here. I mean, that's what we saw a bunch from that Steelers-Browns game. Just kind of the quick drops, hit the top step, throw it as quickly as possible, hope that he can break some tackles, get some yak, and that is what happened there. It'll be 1st down and 10 from about the 12.5-yard line, which was a consistent spot we saw in the last game, weirdly enough.
Drops back. Pressure coming.
Johnson throws left side, finds a receiver out of the backfield. Nice open field tackle. Looked like he almost got beat by him, but held onto a leg until he was drugged down.
7 yards to go. Ball on the 10-yard line. Smith, the lone setback. Johnson sends a man in motion. Tosses it out to the right. Great play in the backfield by Foley. Lost about 2 yards.
Houston playing a very specialized version of a bend but don't break defense. Inside the red zone has been real tough for the Patriots to execute. You got a couple yards on that first play. They lost about 3 on that second play. 3rd down and 11. I think it's the I formation. Johnson is going to fire into the end zone, but it's off the hands and incomplete. The Texans defense holds again. Not quite as impressive as the last time the Patriots were deep in their own territory, but impressive nonetheless. When you have a long of 18 yards on your field goal attempt, something did not go right. The kick is up. The kick is good. And we are all knotted up at 6. Hope you like field goals, because that's all you're getting here. Halfway through quarter number 3. The Texans are going to get the ball. See if they can get into a little bit more of a rhythm offensively. Or will the Patriots be able to leapfrog? Oh, you know what the two teams are? Who the two teams are? At the top of the AFC? The Bills and the Dolphins. Both of those teams are 7-3.
Good kick should be returnable.
From the 5-yard line, he'll get up to the 15, and he did that weird stutter step that they usually do at about the 20-yard line, but well short of good field position. I mean, this is rough field position. This is NFL fever field position. It's not that bad, but I'm surprised they marked that out at the 17 or the 18. It looked like he got hit at the 15-yard line.
Sets up. Closing in. The throw. Incomplete.
Just an awful drop pass right there. That was in his hands. And I thought a solid gain of 8, a great start to the drive. Sets up 2nd down and 2, 2nd down and 3. And then just coughed the ball up. Inexcusable. Inexcusable. What is happening?
That's the type of pass that you got to be able to hang on to.
Oh my goodness. Left his hands in the locker room. That is 2 drop passes that should have been for 1st down yardage. If you combine both of them. If you go the 8 yards and then like the 7 yards, that's 15 yards. That's 1st down. Instead, it's 3rd down and 10. Brady drops it. He throws an interception. Oh my goodness.
He was reading a quarterback like a book.
I don't know if it's just been this specific week. But I think that was, again, one of those like 1, 2, 3-step drops. Rip it as quickly as possible. And it goes for an interception. Terrific play by the defender there.
Here comes the play.
And then somehow Brett Johnson can get that ball past about 19 extra defenders.
You don't want to drop those
Patriots, they also love the middle of the field. Middle of the field's been big for both teams in today's game. 1st down and 10 for the New England Patriots, hitting the 2-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Do the Houston Texans have one more stop in them inside the 20-yard line? Johnson drops, throws, finds a receiver, and he'll get the 1st down yardage. They'll wind that clock, and he'll be in or around or inside the 5-yard line or so.
Only one man back.
Ball on the 5-yard line.
Bust the squirrel, D. Here come the heat. Sideline to sideline.
Throwing short to the right side.
That's a nice job getting that deflection there. It was probably a pretty good call. Looked like maybe like a receiver tunnel screen or something. Real quick pass to the outside, kind of anticipating an all-out pressure there. It's a good play call just with bad execution. You got a receiver in the slot that is completely uncovered. And they give him motion, which gives the Houston Texans an opportunity to shift in and get some defenders over there. If Johnson doesn't send him in motion, I think it's a 2-on-1. I don't know where the other Houston defender would be. Maybe at the very top of the end zone there. But that slot receiver was completely open.
I think this defense looks forward to these third down situations.
All right,
because they've
shift
been
in the I
stopping them
formation.
today.
It's going to be a...
Number 90. stops
Oh,
him for
my
negative
goodness. A
yards. Now
loss
let's take a
of
look at what our runners have done up to this
a
point.
couple, I think. I don't know. It wasn't that big of a loss, but somehow one defender took on a fullback lead blocking and a poor path by the running back. And that is going to force a 4th and goal. My goodness. This Houston Texans defense.
This will be a 25-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up.
They're bending, but they aren't breaking. They have only given up 9 points, all of them field goals by
Take a
Grammatica.
look at his success returning kicks. We get ready for the
9-6
kickoff.
score here. Houston led 6-0. 9-0 run here for the New England Patriots to get the lead here with about 43 seconds, in the third quarter.
The kickoff team lines
Is
up.
lined up for the kickoff. Number 83, back to return.
Not a bad kick. They'll set up for the return.
Kick is deep to the 5.
7.
And he'll find some room up to the 20, past the 20 to the 22, maybe 23. So better run than last time, but still not great. Texans with a miserable drive. 3 incompletions for Tom Brady, including that interception. 2 drops
Ball on their own 23.
on the receiving core of Houston. And you saw there, after the run on third down, one running back had like a yard and the other running back had none. This is the nicest run we've seen from any team today, or either of these two teams. I don't think the running was
Only
all
one
that
man
proficient in the previous game, but I don't think it was terrible to this degree. Second down and 2.
back. Thomas. He's tackled behind the line by McKinney. They wanted to pound it through the middle, but they got pounded for a loss.
I'll tell you, that was a perfect time for these guys to call a blitz. They got in there, filled the gap, and brought down the back for a loss.
Shouldn't be too big of a loss. Actually, they're going to give them a loss of 3 on that one. And what do the Houston Texans have drawn up? We'll find out after this short break. Patriots 9, Texans 6 right here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. We're back with the fourth quarter of action. Hopefully you took that split second to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell, and scroll back up.
The Patriots come out in a nickel package.
Ball on the 28-yard line.
Tosses it out to the left.
Just an abysmal run. Oh,
So let's
my
take a look at how this one
goodness.
compares to the opposition.
1 yard for each running back. He had 8 yards on the first run, and I think it's going to be 4th and 9. They're actually going to give him 4th and 10. He just couldn't get out of that animation or that hit zone or hit box or whatever it was.
On that series, they'll have to punt it away here.
Got drugged down, and again, they're just, I don't know if it's, maybe it's, they don't trust Tom Brady, or if it's the receivers who have had a couple of drops here in this one. But I really thought Houston was going to have a tough time losing this game. They looked pretty good on those opening drives. They weren't able to punch it in for touchdowns, but if you bend them, eventually they'll break. Instead, it's been the Patriots who have been able to take advantage of
They connect again.
a mistake by Tom Brady in the interception, getting a little bit of rhythm.
Houston comes out in their nickel package.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
Take him out. Stay out. Stay guys.
They give it to the halfback.
Gonna go up the middle, spins around and falls forward for the first down. Smith gets up to 6 total rushing yards. Thomas stuck at 1.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 43-yard line.
This would be the worst time possible for this Houston Texans defense to falter.
He goes to the left side.
Throws, finds a receiver left side.
Quarterback really
Johnson
let
with a
loose
nice
with that
completion.
That pass was really
Dangerous,
got in there.
or the
Receivers
danger,
did
I
a
should
nice
say, with
job of
those,
just hanging on to it.
with throwing the ball in this scenario.
The quarterback gets set with only
Incompletion
one
stops
back
the
behind
clock.
him.
If you can get completions like that, should be golden to start really running this clock low. We're going to go with a run. Oh, he got pushed
Good
forward.
pickup on the ground.
He had the
Able to
first
convert
down,
for a first
kind of
down.
backed up, and then the defender just said, no, you will take your yards, and you will have a first down, and I don't want to hear anything about it.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on the 33-yard line.
Oh my goodness, this Texans defense is so tired. That would have been should have been a tackle in the backfield for a significant loss, but a nice job by Smith to at least try and get towards the line of scrimmage. And it's a much less significant drop.
The backs are lined up in an I.
Actually, they're going to gain a yard. Just kidding. That play was so good, he went from a loss of 4 to a gain of 1. 3 minutes to go. And that time he just gets
33-yard line. Couldn't find any success in the middle.
chest smacked down.
Place to cut back, but the defenders had all their gaps, and there was no place to cut at all.
3rd down and long coming up here.
3rd down and 10. This is where this Houston Texans defense has to come through. A field goal here makes it 12-6 and gives the touchdown, or gives you an opportunity with a touchdown to win this game. They shouldn't take the snap here for another 15 seconds or so. Really wind it down. Might have been worth it for Houston to take a timeout. Maybe they save it for after this play. They're going to go for the run. I like the call by New England. You're already in field goal range. You're, an incomplete pass is a bonus timeout for the Texans. Keep it on the ground, run it down to the 2-minute warning, and then go from there. You were probably accepting of a field goal anyway. So why not take as much time off the clock as possible?
And it's on its way.
It's no good off the front crossbar. Oh, each team has missed a field goal today. Oh, we needed like another yard on that 3rd down and 10. Wow. All right, Houston with a lot of time, and they don't have to go far. 30 yards.
3rd and longs, they'll have a chance to at least tie this thing.
1st and 10 from the 36. Brady throws over the middle, finds a receiver immediately into Patriots territory at the 47-yard line.
That's exactly what you're going to get. Here's a no huddle. It's a good way to keep the defense off balance.
Brady again throws. It's going to be left side. That's a dangerous throw. Luckily for him, the defender was had his back turned to the quarterback. Otherwise, that is a heck of a dangerous play.
1 play down, 3 to go for this defense to stop this drive and get the win.
2nd down and 10. Doesn't have to all be through the air, though it most likely is going to end up being that way because the running game has been inconsistent. Another throw over the middle. Another completion for Tom Brady. The middle has been so effective for both of these teams throughout the game. 90 seconds to go here. Brady drops back, throws left side, finds a receiver. He's going to be stopped short of the sideline. Doesn't matter. It's 1st down and 10.
They're making a catch. That's what you have to do to get in the end zone.
Houston can take more time off the clock if they really want to, but hey, if you're in a rhythm, you're in a rhythm. I think they'll stop the clock there. Don't love the play call, or don't love the decision to throw to the flat that quickly.
The offense is probably thinking touchdown now.
But hey, a 1-yard loss for a free timeout, no big deal.
Step in front of one if they drop back to pass.
Brady gets set. Man in motion. Hands it off.
That's a nice run off the right side.
Gain there. The coach is having them hurry it up.
5. They're going to be able to get the play off. 2, 1. No, they won't. Another bad timeout burned right before they would have called for the snap there. 3rd down and 7.
3rd and 7.
Maybe a good opportunity or a good spot to take a timeout.
Nickelback in this time, using motion. They'll get it again.
3rd and 7, and that is
Gain of 2.
yuck. The Texans took a timeout there? Gross. What are you doing? Oh, they didn't. Okay, that was very weird. That was so weird. So Chandler's 2 for 3, long of 46, missed one wide right.
Important kick here that can tie it up.
Right toward the end of the first half. Now an opportunity to tie the game up toward the end of the second half. And not leave New England with much time to respond. They were in a really good rhythm until that pass that lost them a yard. Then they went with a couple of runs, and it was just really bad. Just poor play calling. The kick is up. The kick is good. We're all nodded at 9. 8-play, 48-yard drive. Took a minute 39 off the clock. Wasted a real bad time out there right at the 1-minute mark. They were about to snap the ball. I don't know if that caused them to call a terrible play or what, but
Leckler comes in to kick off. And he got all of that on a great kick.
kick is away. 17 seconds to go. They're going to field it at the goal line, up to the 15, the 20, the 25. Wriggling and worming his way through up to the 30-yard line. New England's going to have some pretty solid field position here. They'll need 40, 45 yards. All right, probably about 3 feet closer than last time they tried the field goal here. See what Bill Belichick and Brad Johnson have up their sleeves.
They're blitzing under pressure. Gets the pass.
That was almost intercepted.
That's the thing. That was a perfect opportunity to make a big play.
That almost got picked at the last second.
Complete pass rather than an interception.
So they still tried to be as aggressive. I didn't love how deep that route was. I want it at least out to the 50. Timeout. Another play to about the 35.
Pressure. He surveys the field. This pass is incomplete. 3rd down, upcoming after the incomplete pass.
That was
no
awful.
time to get into field goal range, so all they can do now is throw a prayer. Here is a 3rd and long situation. Ball on their own 31.
The defense really bears down on 3rd down.
Over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Oh, that was 4th down now.
Pressure coming. Gets the pass off.
Well, a turnover on downs, 4 straight incompletions, and that is how that the regulation ends. We're going to overtime here in New England, and Houston all knotted up at 9. Field goal wins it because somehow the overtime rules for the NFL used to be even worse than they are now. We're going to see Houston with the
and the kickoff team comes out onto the field. Booming kick downfield. The Texans will start the drive from the 17-yard line.
Not great starting field position. We've seen them run some kicks back. They just have not gone in their favor. Short of the 20 to 17-yard line.
Two great defensive units. This low-scoring battle now heads to overtime.
First and 10.
To the air on first down. Gets rid of it. Here we go.
Nice little throw. My goodness. Thomas with his best play of the day. A stiff arm, a beautiful spin move, and a first down.
First downs are critical in this game. And when the quarterback calls your number, you want to make sure you make the catch and don't mess something up.
They'll go from the I formation.
Ball on the 29-yard line.
They'll pass on the first down. With the throw.
Brady throws. It's going to be a short
Another great
completion.
catch, and that's lucky 7.
Four-yard gain sets up 2nd and 6.
Ball on the 33-yard line.
He hands it off.
And try a run off the right side. Not a whole lot doing there. The running game has just not been there for either team throughout this one. And even when Thomas had that really nice run of about 8 yards, he still got driven back 2 consecutive plays.
Here are the numbers when
It's just
third down conversions.
The holes aren't there. The ability to run the ball is not there today. And this is for true of either team.
And it gives your offense a
Brady with a quick throw to the right side. It got tipped and maybe off like a helmet or something.
Incomplete pass.
Saw a Patriot defender try to grab at it, but it is an incomplete pass. And what looked like maybe a bit of a promising start for Houston ends with a dud, as they keep trying to go back to the ground game, and it is just not working for them.
So far.
So 4th down and 4 with 3:50 to go in this overtime period.
Fair catch called for.
He did the right thing. Concentrated and caught the ball.
At the 22-yard line.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 22. Smith, the lone back. They give it to the
They're going to try their hand at the running game as well on their opening drive of overtime.
They line up in the I formation.
Golden State wins Game 7 over Sacramento by 20. Whew.
Drops back. Closing in.
Looks like they really pulled away late, just looking at the
puts the ball away.
scoring.
4th pass reception so far.
They were down by 2. Then won the final couple quarters by a total of 22 points. Steph Curry dropped 50. Whew. And the Miami Heat jump out to a 1-0 lead on the eastern side of things.
Rolling out to his right.
There's a nice
The 40.
throw over the middle.
Play. Look at it. We're in a hole here on 3rd down. And they come through with this perfect play that gets them a first and keeps the drive going.
The backs are lined up in an I.
Ball on the 46-yard line.
Another run. About a 4-yard gain.
Has to break through so many tackles that it slowed the PlayStation 2 down. They're into Houston Texans territory.
5 yards to go.
2nd down and 5. Halfway through the overtime period. We don't see ties very often, but we could get one here today. Johnson, a lot of time. That was a lot of time in the pocket for a throw to end up looking like that.
If you release the pass just a little late, you're going to see underthrows or balls thrown into the ground. If you release it too early, then you'll see an overthrow like that.
Pressure.
Johnson ran into his own running back. And we've seen that throughout the season where the running backs on some of the deeper drops are just kind of in the way. And that time, the hitboxes just seem to get a little bit tangled. and he couldn't get away from it. So that's a big sack for the Houston Texans defense with the assist by the running back of the New England Patriots. Line drive here. It's going to give him a little bit of an opportunity to run it back. Couldn't get around the corner. First guy there makes a really nice open field tackle. And we are looking at maybe a tie game here that could have been won by the Texans had they not missed that field.
First and 10 here. Ball on their own 22.
Actually, just kidding. Each team missed a field goal. I forgot about the other one.
Throwing on first down. Aimed it off to the back.
Tried to go with the stiff arm there.
And they go with a no huddle.
And I don't know why they are so insistent on going for the running game. Do we have an offsides? We do. First and 10 on their own 36. I think it was one of those weird plays like we saw in the last game where they couldn't get back on time.
It's first and 10. Ball on their own 36. Thomas lines up behind his fullback in the eye.
Tom Brady with a nice catch. He'll get up past the 45, inches short of the first down marker. It is second down and inches. The referee makes his way out to the sideline.
With the pass.
Throws down. Oh my goodness. Looked like that was going to be a pretty solid completed pass, and then when it was incomplete, it was in the air for a bit. Whew. Third down and inches.
Ball on their own 46.
The incomplete pass stops the clock. 1:14 to go here in the overtime period. This is where you might be able to go with a run, but
Gives the ball off.
I don't know. Wow, they actually managed to get a running play that went well. Congratulations to the Houston Texans. They pick up the first down. They're now in Patriots territory. Brady will take the snap from the shotgun. Just kidding. Houston's going to take a timeout at the 1 minute mark. Seconds away from snapping the ball, but didn't take the timeout 9 seconds prior. Offset I formation. Brady's going to go with a handoff. Wow, they actually opened up a bit of a running lane for him. Down near the 40-yard line, 2nd and 4. 54 seconds to go in the overtime period. Houston getting reset. Got to get a little bit faster there, and then kind of wasted a lot of time. At that point, maybe just take a timeout, except for you only get 2 in the overtime period. My apologies. I was like, why wouldn't you just take a timeout there? You only get
4 coming up on this one.
3rd down and 4. I don't love the spike with the running clock on a down and distance like that, because you're now setting yourself up for you got to get it here. And they're going to try a run play to the left side. He's going to get it because he was able to move past a couple of tacklers. Wow. Oh my goodness.
2 times in this drive they've given up the first down.
The Houston Texans run game has been anemic through this entire game. And that is when it gets there. 3rd down and 4. Now they're kind of getting a little wily here. Got to see another face mask? Somebody go back and count all of these. Ty Law, by the way.
They called it inadvertent.
You know, there's so many limbs flying and body parts.
Inadvertent 5-yard face mask. Houston can just end it here. They don't have any reason. Oh no. Would Houston like to join Cincinnati and Tampa Bay? Tampa Bay, Dallas, I think it was the other one. Just a surefire victory that's going to go horribly wrong. New England's taking timeouts, which doesn't matter. Houston, there they go. They're going to bring in Chandler here for the game-winning field goal. And we're going to have a long video today, folks. We have been bailed out by the 3rd game a couple of times, but I don't know that today is the day. The kick is up. The kick is good. And the 35-yard field goal by Chandler wins the game for the Houston Texans. The score is 12-9, a fantastic field goal only game. And that's just a description, not an asterisk. Wow. So the Texans improved to 6-5. So we've seen a couple of teams that have won today do have a team above them in their conference, or in their division, excuse me. Steelers won the first game. Texans won the second game. The Steelers are chasing down the Bengals in the north. The Texans are chasing down the Jaguars in the south. So just a little fun thing there for you. Those will be a couple of games that we'll see. All the bye weeks are taken care of. So that's we're even with everything at this point. Jaguars Jets was probably maybe actually a pretty good pick. This Lions Vikings game is tempting, but the Vikings are 4-6. The Jaguars have a little bit more at stake. And frankly, the Bengals have a little bit more at stake as well. And the Jets could use a win to try and vault themselves in, but the Vikings... Hold on, let's take a quick look at the standings. So there's the Jaguars. They are first place in the South. And if we look at the East, the Jets are going to be vying for a wild card spot. The Dolphins being at 7-3 is going to make this AFC playoff race look a little weird. Because you're going to be... it'll be these 6 teams... But because the 5 seed is technically the second best team, it means that the 6th spot is about the only open spot at the moment. 4, 3, 2, 1, 5. Broncos at 6. Steelers 11. The Jets. The Jets and Jags have a little bit more going on. In the NFC... Hold on. The Vikings still have a shot, but they're, again, kind of looking at that weird thing of, like... the 5 or the 6 are open. You know what? Tell you what. I'm gonna hop up. I'm gonna use the restroom. I'm gonna give it some thought. This game of the week was kind of tempting initially. We'd be a lot of, pretty AFC heavy. I'll think about it. I might lean Jaguars Jets. Stick around for just a moment and we'll find out what the third and final game is right after this. Maybe I'll just put a question mark in the thumbnail so you don't know. Wouldn't that be devious? All right, let's write in the new participants. We did just see the Jets last week, but that's okay. We'll go ahead and watch them again. The Jaguars have a lot to play for. Jets also have a lot to play for. They have the opportunity to take down the team or a team in front of them, and perhaps vault themselves a little bit into a playoff position. We'll take a quick peek here at the standings just to kind of make sure that I'm in the right spot. The Jets are going to be playing for the wild card spot at the moment because the Bills and the Dolphins are both doing so well. So you have East, South, West, North, and then this spot is kind of the one that's up for grabs. They'll need to pick up win number 6 and put themselves in contention with the Texans and the Steelers. But they'll also take the Jaguars down a little bit, kind of clutter this up just a smidge. And they would have the tiebreaker. So if they were to end up tied at the end of the season, they would perhaps get the leg up. So let's do that. Let's watch this one because I think there's a little bit more to play for both of these teams. The Vikings need a lot of help, and the Lions might just run over them, but I don't know. Who knows? I kind of picked that one mainly because it was the game of the week and because it was very AFC heavy.
We get set to bring you
but sometimes, hey, that's just how it works.
Both of today's teams are looking to add another
honestly,
win to their total
kind of tempted maybe even try and throw that Bengals
Thanks for joining us as
Chargers
the
game in here
Jaguars
somehow.
get set to take on the Jets.
But
EA Sports is proud to present
maybe it's a little
more
too early in the
NFL
season to be
action.
throwing out
I'm Al Michaels, along with my
4-game
partner, John Madden.
quadruple headers.
I'll tell you what, this guy could put up some big numbers through the air if that defense doesn't put some pressure on him. He's the type of
Maybe
quarterback
if
who
this
makes
one
you
gets like
pay if he gets a lot of time in the
uncompetitive,
pocket.
maybe we can
But it's not just him
tinker
we got
around.
to worry about.
I don't know.
He's got a
I don't
few
know. We'll
guys
see.
who can make plays for
All
him.
right, so we have that
Kelly
thumbnail
Washington makes a
kind of
great
figured
target
out.
for
Kelly
every game.
Washington.
I think most people in the league like to think that he's deceptively fast. That allows him to sneak past the defense for big gains. Now, whether or not he'll be able to against this defense is something we'll be paying a lot of attention to.
This is what football is all about. Look at all those guys down there.
Aaron Rodgers'
getting all
brand
pumped
new
up.
team.
They're really fired up and getting ready for this one.
They're going to be
Teams have
such a
taken the
trendy
field, and
pick.
let's see what happens
You can see
now
there,
as we're ready for
New
the
England
kickoff.
really needed that victory as well, but very competitive AFC East division. They almost, I mean, the Patriots almost had that game go in their favor, but alas, they fall in overtime. Jags Jets here. We're going to end up with a Heidi Bowl situation if I back out of this game if it gets too lopsided. I'm glad that I put the Vikings-Lions game at the last spot, because it gave me an opportunity to look back through and kind of realize there were some other games that could be more important. And that's kind of where it's kind of thinking like 2 steps ahead of like, okay, if this team loses and this team can win, then it kind of matters. I did a 4-game week last week in like week 17, and it turns out it wasn't as interesting as I thought it was going to be.
Right here is one of those situations where you can pretty much open up the whole
So maybe we'll see kind of what happens down the stretch here. We might see some longer videos with some playoff competitive teams. But you just have to make sure you subscribe, have the bell rung. You'll be notified, and you'll see videos that are 6.5 hours long. Go, why? Because you love football. You love Madden NFL video game football from the early to mid 2000s.
Mirror images of each other.
Yeah, both of these teams can do something. I'd look for the team that takes
Both of these
advantage
teams
a
can
late
do
turnover
something.
opportunity to
Thank
come
you,
away
John
from this
Madden.
one with a win.
3rd down and inches here for the New York Jets. Their opening drive of the first half. They're going to pick it up easily. I don't think he picked up just enough. I think he got that by quite a large margin. It'll be 1st and 10 from out by the 35-yard line.
Avoid him and get past the marker.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 35. Warner with a man in motion. They give it to the halfback. Rhodes couldn't find an opening and was brought down very quickly.
Yeah, he was. This line has to do a better job of holding up at the point of attack. He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole.
No gain on that first down play.
Or cutback lane to break free.
2nd down and 10.
Warner sends a man in motion.
Oh, that's right. Kurt Warner is the quarterback of the Jets. They'll go with a handoff here. Tripped up after a couple.
On the run by the halfback.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8.
They'll be faced with a long 3rd down play here. Using motion. Here comes the blitz.
Throw, and he's going to be short. He threw it to the left side. I think they're going to spot this maybe a lot shorter than it looked. I mean, he was just like probably a yard off of the first down marker. But where the guy was running in, it looked kind of weird, but he's probably just getting the ball. I don't know. Probably spoke too soon. 4th down and 1. Jaguars give up a first down, but they do come up with the stop on the second set of down set. Drugged down by the nameplate, and that will be a 1st and 10 here for the Jacksonville Jaguars out at the 30-yard line.
They line up in the I formation.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
Give it all you got, D. Come on. All right. Take him out.
They give it to the halfback.
Has to
Brings him down.
find a little bit of running room, but nothing doing there. The Jets defense off to a good start with no gain.
A little more, trying to free up some space in the middle. That back just didn't have any help from his line on that play.
Get at him. Stay after him.
Ramsey sets up, dropping back.
Oh, Ramsey. I was like, number 11? Quarterback number 11? Drew Bledsoe playing for
I just don't know how you
the
lose focus in a
Jaguars?
football game.
Incomplete pass sets up 3rd down and 10.
Looking for a receiver.
Throws and finds a receiver right at the...
And they come up
Oh,
short
it was
after
right
the
at the
catch.
line to
On a pass
gain,
play,
but with the
there's no
way he got...
excuse for a
With
play
the way
that
he got
doesn't carry the
tackled, it's
receiver
going to be a
past the
yard
first
short.
down mark.
Good job by both of these defenses to keep the offense short of the line to gain by a yard or less
So the line
to
up
force a
punt after going
punt.
3 and out. Here's the punt.
Perhaps another defensive struggle on our hands.
The 28.
Could see a nice run back. Oh, he has speed. He's making everybody miss. No one left. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jets.
Touchdown.
McQuarters.
That guy
He was
just
like the
broke into
player of the
offense and
game
ran his
in
route.
last week's Jets-Colts showdown. And he does it again. I think he was an interception return for a touchdown. Kick is up and the kick is good. 72-yard punt return by McQuarters. And if you're Jacksonville, I don't think you punt to him again.
Offense to take the momentum right back. They need to come out and go right at the defense to let them know they're ready to get a score of their own.
Elam comes in to kick off.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Number 84.
It's on its way.
Kick is away, and it is fielded at the 3. The 10. Stutter steps short of the 20 and gets tackled near the 17. Boy, if any of these returners make any sort of like stop and think decisions, they get hit immediately.
1st and 10.
1st and 10, they'll give them the 19-yard line. The Jaguars right back on offense
They
after
line up in
the
I formation.
punt return for a touchdown.
1st and 10.
With the carry. Missed tackle. Can't bring him down.
Oh my goodness, what a run off that left side.
9 yards.
It's going to get near the 1st down marker, but not quite there. 2nd down and short coming up.
Only one man back.
Ball on
And they will call it 2nd and 1.
They got nothing.
Dropping back. Again with the carry.
There's a nice run right at the line to gain. We'll see where the ball gets spotted.
And it gives them a 1st down.
Oh, they will call it a 1st down. That celebration was kind of the thing you needed to know. I did it! I was short of the line to gain! I was
It's 1st and
short!
10. Ball on their own 29. The Jaguars using
So a fresh set of downs for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Defense for the Jets shifts from their right to left. And that was a good shift there. They
He's going to go to the sideline for at least a
we
couple
saw
of
what the
plays.
Jaguars were doing and were able to predict it.
2nd and 8. Ball on the 30.
Filled up the hole he was looking to go for effectively. Though he did gain 2, it is 2nd and 8.
Bring the pain. Snake eyes.
You know, for a run off the right side, tries to find some room out there. Picks up a few, and it's 3rd and medium or so.
3rd and 4. Ball on their own 35.
Get in there, man.
Closing
Drops
in.
back, and nice job by the Jets defense there. Number 93.
You see him start to throw.
Highlight it in most weeks that we do this show. If you can't get to the quarterback, throw those arms up. At least block the passing lane to perfection right there for the Jets defensive line. All right, they gave up a touchdown on the last punt return. Will they do it again? McQuarters, I'm sure, back deep.
Tupa
Or
is
do.
looking for a good punt here.
The Jaguars kind of angle this one out of bounds. It looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. And he's actually just going to call a fair catch. Maybe a little more air under it. Tried to pin him towards the sideline. Either way, but Quarters doesn't do damage that time. And the Jets will be set up with 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line with 31 seconds to go here in quarter number 1.
Warner sets up. Man in motion. Crosses it left.
Pitches to the left side. I tried to drive him back, but a really nice run there by Rhodes to at least fight to get upfield. They're not in worse position. They're in slightly better position. 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8. Ball on the 34-yard line.
Pressure, throwing. And he hits his target. Strong move.
Wow.
So then drop back and
Put his
coverage.
hand right into the chest there.
Made the right read and found the open
Tried the
man.
stiff arm.
That's a nice play.
And a little bit more room.
The end of one. These teams are separated.
We are through one. Jets up 7-0 on the Jaguars. I'm sure Texans fans rooting for the Jets here. The Jets fans likely rooting for, that's right, the Jets.
They line up in the I formation.
I think for ultimate playoff chaos at the moment. Jets winning and the Chargers winning would make a couple of divisions very, very close. But the Dolphins being kind of a surprise or kind of hidden 7-3 team is really throwing a wrench in the whole wild card situation. But who knows? Maybe the Bills fall, maybe the Dolphins lose, and it's once again chaos. Chaos. Nice job that time by the Jaguars defensive line. Got its hands up right at the line of scrimmage, blocked the throwing lanes, and the 3rd and 3 conversion is failed. It'll be a punting situation for the Jets, who are up 7. Jacksonville's going to return this one. Doesn't have quite the luck that McQuarters did, or quite the skill, I should say. And he'll get tackled short of the 30-yard line. 1st down and 10.
Better than nothing.
1st and 10.
Pitch to the right side. Nice job by the Jets defense to stretch that out.
They have great size and quickness up front. That allows them to hold up against the run while also giving them the speed to rush the passer when they drop back to pass.
Only one man in the backfield.
Ball on the 26-yard line.
They'll go with a run once again.
The running game
Try the run. Nothing doing there.
They got to hope that the passing
This
offense
Jets defense is locking the run game down here.
It's 3rd down, and they have a
3rd and 11.
Ball on their own 27.
Jets are up 7-0 here, early stages of the 2nd quarter. Hit as he threw, and it almost got intercepted by, you'll never guess who, R.J. McQuarters. Oh my goodness. When we put the Jets on the stream, he shows up.
Offense couldn't get it done, and they'll line up to punt. Here's the kick.
Look, he got a little underneath that one. Fair catch well short. Not really set up all that well to be blocked and give him an opportunity to run it back. Instead, a fair catch is a solid option there as it sets him up with 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line, which is fantastic field possession to try and extend this lead. However, neither offense has really gotten into much of a rhythm, and the difference is the punt return for a touchdown, which might have gone for more yards than either team has combined. Or both teams have combined, I should say. It's like an 80-yard return. I can't imagine these teams have 80 yards combined.
Road in the backfield.
2nd down and 3. Warner kind of running into that running back again. We saw that be a huge problem for the Patriots in the last game. Don't know if that caused that short throw right there, but deflected nicely on the defensive side And it is 3rd down.
3rd and 3. Ball on the 49-yard line.
Bring that pain, baby.
Tosses it out to the right.
Tosses to the right. Slips a defender. I think they're going to give him the first down. He went for the spin move. There's your number, by the way. 56 total yards. So McWhorter's by himself on the one punt return has more yards than either offense combined. Both offenses combined. I said it the wrong way both times. Dang it. Anyway, 1st down and 10.
1st and 10. Ball on the 48-yard line.
Jets in Jaguars territory. Hands the ball off. Tries to find some room up the middle. Stretches forward for a little extra field position. And that'll set up 2nd down and long.
2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
Flings it to the
Warner
outside.
throws,
And
tries
he
to
slips
find
out of
him
bounds at the
right along the
43-yard line.
sideline,
You
but
talk about great
I
concentration.
think that
Watch
might
it.
be a catch. I don't
Keep
know.
his feet in bounds, make the
So hard
catch
to
on a
tell.
Perfectly placed pass.
It wasn't helpful at all. Just zooming into his head. I don't know if he caught it or not. I'm looking at his face. It was a really nice catch for a gain of 2.
Warner sets up. Man in
3rd
motion.
down and 6.
Drops back. Closing in with the throw.
It was left side that was
Couldn't come up with
almost
the interception.
intercepted.
I'll tell you,
Looked
he
like
did
if he had
almost
gone to the
everything
receiver
right
that
on
was a
that
little
one.
further
Able
to the
beat
left, he might have had a shot at the first down
He got
conversion.
himself in good
But the
position to make
receiver that he
interception.
went for had
Got
good
to him,
coverage
bounced off his
underneath.
hand.
So it's just an incomplete pass, and we see another punt as we approach the halfway point of quarter number 2. A lot of punts.
Room will try to pin it inside the 10.
6,
Here's the punt.
5, 6 total.
And he chooses not to return this one.
Or 6, 7. Really nice punt to get him down at the 10-yard line. We have seen some punt disasters in this game before. Good job by the Jaguars to get away from that, let the Jets down at wherever, and
Using motion. He hands
we're
it
going to
off.
start in pretty miserable field position.
Not much there.
Don't make it
Maybe
worse
a
by
yard.
trying to pick up the ball and fumbling it and allowing them to return it for a touchdown.
It's 2nd down and 9 to go.
It's a gain of 1 on 1st and 10, so 2nd down and 9.
Ramsey gets set. With the
Ramsey
pass,
throws left side, finds a receiver
they'll move the
who gets
chains
out
with
past the
the
20-yard
That was a
line.
great
Kind of gets
recognition by the
bopped around there.
knowing where to go with the
Sheds a
football
tackle,
against
got
the
hit by
blitz,
another guy,
and
stayed on
knowing
his
how to
feet,
get it
and
there.
finally got a gain of about 10. They are continuing to huddle here as we
Quarterback
approach
gets
the
set with only
2-minute
one
warning.
back
3,
behind him.
2, 1. 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Excellent time to open a brand new do on a 1st and 10.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 21. It's the pass off. Great pass. He found the seam in the zone for a pretty good game.
That's just how they teach you to do it. Read the play, find the weakness, and then go after it.
He's trying to hurry
2nd
them
down
to
and
the
6
line.
following the completion. They're going to go with the hurry-up offense here. Maybe this will help. Oh my goodness. How was that not an interception? Oh, that was almost incredible.
Big
Oh, that
third
was
down.
almost
That'll probably
unreal.
Get the ball to their go-to guy and give him a chance to make a play. 3rd
It
and
danced
6.
around on his ding-dong for
Ball on
like
their own
5
25.
seconds. Oh, that was almost amazing. Shades of Antonio Freeman, I think.
Back. Pressure with the throw.
I think for years I was telling that story of that play.
The quarterback
Green
is
Bay in
rolling
overtime,
back
Monday
to the
Night
line of
Football,
scrimmage.
off like the back and elbow, and then caught it and ran it in. I thought it was like the wrong receiver for a long time.
Going to the air on 1st down. Gets the pass off. Incomplete. He got his hands on it,
my
but the pass
goodness.
was incomplete.
It doesn't help the quarterback's confidence when he gets the ball to his receiver, but he can't hang on. He's got to know that he can count on him to make the catch. The defense needs to remember not to play too soft and give up big gains underneath. But they also don't want to play too tight and end up giving up a big play to set them up in scoring position.
Throwing. Ooh, nearly picked off. John, I don't know how they didn't pick that one off.
That's the thing. That was a perfect opportunity to make a big play for his defense. He lets it go as an incomplete pass rather than an interception.
And they'll face a long third down here.
No, yeah, it is. Okay, it was Antonio Freeman's. God, this play rules. Oh, it's so good.
Stepping up with the pass.
Oh, that's a pick. That is an interception. Terrible throw by Ramsey. 25 read that beautifully. It was right in front of it. The throw's a little long for the intended target there, which was the running back.
I'd like to add a few more points to this lead, but we'll need to do a good job with clock management. The offense gets ready to go following the interception.
So 1:13 to go after a nice interception by the Jets defense.
To the air on first down. Pressure coming, looking deep to the right.
Kurt Warner going for the bomb, and it's in then out of the hands of the receiver.
That's the old rule. If you get your hands on it, you got to catch it.
I'm sure they'll be going to the air as long as they have the ball.
Great defense by the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Warner gets set. Under pressure.
Warner hits the top of his drop, and a diving defender there knocks him down.
Yeah, that's for sure. These guys can really get after the quarterback. The defense can't suffer a letdown because they've done
It'll be third down and pretty long here. We'll see a timeout taken by the Jets.
Play should get them the ball back with some time to work with.
So they dug themselves into a hole here, a long third down situation. Ball on their own 41. Dropping back. Gets rid of it. And it's caught. Warner shows you his arm strength on that pass.
What a throw. He put everything he had into that one. Hey, I know they want to increase the lead before half, but they got to be careful and not let the other team back in it with a turnover.
They'll go from the I formation.
On the 39-yard line.
Of course, I get up and walk away for 2 seconds, and they complete a pass. Thanks. Thanks, game. Warner drops back, looks, fires. Big play down the field, down the right side. That'll be a 1st and 10. 66 yards to the right, 6 and 6 to the left and middle. Most of it coming on that last play, I'm assuming.
So it's 1st and goal. Ball on the 8-yard line. Warner gets set. Firing a ball into the end zone.
Oh, he's out of bounds. Yeah, that was a nice play, but he's got to let it go just a little bit sooner.
One of their receivers running near the sideline, and if they go to him, he's got to look upfield because he might be able to take it in for a score. If the defense thinks he's just going to run out of bounds.
Dropping back, closing in.
Rose. Oh, that should have been intercepted, but it wasn't. Jacksonville lives to find another down. Or maybe the Jets live to play another down. Wow, that was a really nice play on the back end of that Jaguars defense. 31 seconds to go here.
They've done very well on third down to this point. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. Good defense.
Oh my goodness.
The defensive coordinator believes in the bend but don't break philosophy. They'll give up some yardage in the middle of the field, but when they get down near the goal line, they really turn it on and make big plays like that.
Taking a page out of the Houston Texans book there.
25-yard field goal attempt.
And to echo what Madden was saying, though, it's just, hey, you can take yards between the 20s, no big deal, but so the Jets score the first offensive points of the day. I guess technically they were special teams points. Either way, they played well enough offensively to get into field goal range. Push the lead out to 10-0.
Elam in to kick this one off. Nice distance. from the 6.
From about the 6-yard line. He'll get up past the 20, spun down at about the 25. There is time for Jacksonville to get down the field here. They're going to need to move quickly, big 15, 20-yard chunk plays. I don't know if this is a team that's really built for that. The good thing for them is that they can do that. They do not have to. It's not a requirement for them to stay in this game. That's a throw out to the left side into double coverage.
You know, he didn't pick it off, but at least he didn't let the receiver make the catch either.
A little bit of an overthrow.
They need a big play here if they want to have any shot at scoring before the half.
A yard, maybe 2 on the counter play.
It's like they're not really going to do anything. They took their one shot with the pass play, and then it's like they're just going to pack it in here.
Eight defenders in the box on this one.
And that'll do it. All right.
Second quarter with the score.
Half one is done, and it's looking good for the Jets. They're up 10-0. This would give them a great opportunity to vault themselves into the wild card, probably the final wild card spot. Obviously, you got to take care of your own business. You can't worry about the teams that are in front of you. I mean, let's see if the Jets maybe even play the Dolphins in a future game that could really help themselves kind of open up 2 wild card spots rather than just the one with how well the Dolphins are playing. Bills and Dolphins will play later this season. I believe it's week 16 or 17. That could be interesting should both teams stay either in step or a game apart.
Green is the deep back. Man in motion. Pressure, throwing.
Throws to the left side, finds a wide open receiver, and a diving stop made by the Jets defense. He was off to the races. McDonald with a nice start here to the second half. It's going to get a 1st and 10, just short of midfield.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 49.
And a double good start there. Solid pass, a great run. He had about 8 rushes, or he had 8 rushes for probably about 10 yards, maybe 11, and then picked up 8 on the 1. So that helps the old stat line there. 2nd down and 2.
Ramsey sets up. Green. Pressure coming.
There's a nice throw.
He makes a terrific catch for the 1st down.
Even the receiver was surprised how
Good
quickly that one got
halftime
to him.
adjustments here for the
That's the kind of thing
Jaguars,
you
who are
just
coming
hope
out
you can hang
firing
on to as it goes by.
on some cylinders here. Couple of nice pass plays. Gotta settle that CPU usage down there, OBS. Wind it down. There you go.
He'll pass on
1st down and 10.
Rid of it.
So throw it to the right side. Oh, wow. A really nice play. Didn't think it was going to be that great of a play. I mean, we see them throw to the running backs a lot. And it feels like it's more often bad than good, but the good plays are like really good. The bad plays are to like pretty terrible. Took advantage of some Jets pressure coming off the edge and able to get a big play off that right side. Spun down after a short gain. 36 rushing yards for the Jaguars. And they're looking at a 2nd and 9 inside the Jets 20. They're going to go with a handoff right side. All kinds of room up past the 1st down marker inside the 5. And I think it was the 14, not the 19. My bad. 12 rushes, 43 yards. All of a sudden he is... Do they count that as a pitch? I am very confused. You had 19 yards, and the only play was that I thought it was a throw out to the flat. Maybe they qualified as a run. Either way, he is looking good to start this drive until I said something and he gets dropped for about a 1-yard loss. 2nd and goal from the 6 coming up. Great starting drive for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think a field goal is a failure.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him. For the end zone.
Oh, touchdown's better, though.
Jacksonville. He didn't let up on
3
that
consecutive completions for Ramsey.
Pass knocked the air right out of him.
And that is how you want to start the second half. Whether you're down, whether you're leading, you want to try and double dip if you're ahead. You probably want to try and double dip even if you're behind. So the Jags on the board, 10-6, and that is the best drive we have seen from either team in this game. 2 minutes and 20 seconds or so off the clock. They won't count the kickoff time, so it'll be closer to like 2:13. Oh no, they will count it. Okay. And even 2:20.
Very pleased they were able to put together a nice package of plays for a touchdown.
Now that's just the type of thing that you come to expect from these guys. They do a really good job scripting the plays that they're going to be running. And they do a great job of executing them when they run them.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. They'll return this one.
Kick is away. And it'll be returned at about the 7-yard line. Up to the 20. Kind of ran into his own defender. It seemed like he wanted to step to the left, but there was a man in his way. Or at least maybe try to fake left and step back right. Either way, they'll be tackled at the 22-yard line. 1st and 10. We'll see if the Jets can make as effective offensive changes as the Jaguars did. Led them to a touchdown to open the second half. Throw out to the running back. They took that part from the Jaguars, though the play not as effective. Still a positive,
Yeah, he did a nice job.
still a positive play there.
Only his receiver could make that catch.
And they need about 9. Ball on their own 23. Closing in.
Oh, Warner's going to take a sack. They send a little bit of extra pressure, and it gets home. Thought maybe he was getting ready to throw that ball, but just did not release it. So that'll be 3rd down and long. Jacksonville coming out with a terrific game plan offensively. They're getting some good pressure defensively. A good stop to limit him to a 2-yard gain, a nice sack there, and a great opportunity to get the ball back to your offense that is in rhythm, that had a hot drive to start this second half. They're going to need a lot. It's 3rd and 15. Hit as he threw. It's a little bit wobbly, but it's still enough to get to the receiver. And that is a huge 3rd down conversion for the Jets. That is massive. Keeps that Jacksonville defense on the field and helps cool that offense off. Jacksonville starting fresh on the defensive side and dropping them behind the line for a loss of about 4. 45-6. Jaguars dominating the rushing game here. Jacksonville's running game was more effective than either the Texans or the Patriots in the last game. And I don't think we saw much out of the Browns or the Steelers before that. So we don't often have super games as far as rushing is concerned, but
3rd and long. Ball on their own 35.
3rd down and 14.
Dropping back.
It's the top of his drop. Looking, fires over the middle, finds a receiver, and he is in just between a bunch of different Jaguars. And that's another big play for the Jets. They're kind of feast or famine here. In Jacksonville territory at the 32-yard line.
Pass play here on 1st down. Pressure coming.
The top of his drop.
Pass to the right side.
Got that out of the reach of the middle linebacker. Kind of jumped a little bit as I thought that it was going to be either batted down or maybe just kind of a wild interception. But able to get it to the receiver, Mike Allstott, in that scenario. for a terrific gain. First down and 10 again for the Jets. A little more fireworkage happening here in the second half. Defenses are going to need to make some adjustments. Could lead to a long, slow fourth quarter, but this third quarter has been cruising on by. Under 30 seconds to go. Second down and 7. Field goal doesn't do the Jets a ton of good, but it does force them to get a touchdown rather than just the 3. Problem is the touchdown's going to beat them.
So they dug themselves into a hole here, a long third down situation.
10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Do we have one more play here? More than likely, unless there's some sort of motion. Or they just wanted to run the clock all the way down to 0. All right. The Jets still hold the lead, but it's much narrower than it was. The narrowest lead of the game for the Jets at 3 points, 10-7, with 5 minutes to go in this one.
They'll go from the I formation.
It's third down and 9. I feel like we're getting a lot of third downs to start quarters, and they are rarely going in the favor of the offense. Oh, that would not be in the favor of the offense. Gross. That is a terrible play. Wow. Elam's 1 for 1 for 20, or good from 26 yards. They didn't even bother to run the clock. Why would you run the ball on a 3rd and 9? Kick is up, kick is good. 63-yard drive resulting in a 3-point play. Sorry, my brain broke there. 13-7 now. The score does force the Jacksonville Jaguars to get a touchdown rather than just the field goal to tie. Don't love the call on third down and 9. However, I think it's better if at least you run the play clock down to 2 or 1. You know, just trying to run it as low as possible. Instead, they snapped it almost immediately. They're giving the Jaguars all kinds of time here. Terrific drive for Jacksonville last time out. They'll start in the I formation. Not a bad run off the right side to start this drive. They're going to say a 5-yard gain.
5 yards to go. Ball on their own 27. Quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
Nice deflection there by number 24 on the backside.
That's just the kind of play they've come to expect from him. He always seems to make the big play.
He doesn't make that play. I don't know what's going on behind him. And behind him, I mean just kind of defensively. Third down and 5 to go. 4:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Offset I. Ramsey drops back, throws. Finds a receiver up near the 40-yard line. He'll get past the 40 to the 41. They showed the total yards there briefly. A lot of those yards coming in the second half, with two of the best drives, I should say, of the game in the second half. And I think they each had the ball once in that third quarter.
So we have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 41. They'll pass on 1st down. Closing in.
Ramsey sends, throws, fires, and gets hit immediately, but holds on to the ball after a gain of 5 or 6 or so. It's like it'll probably be 3rd down and 5, maybe 3rd and 6, just depending on what the distance is. I'll give it 2nd down and 5. Had the wrong down. Close on the distance, though. Oh, the Jets should have had him in the backfield, but instead he bounced off the defender, ran to the left side, past the 50, and in the process of getting to the 50, past the 1st down marker. Terrific running there Jacksonville feels like they're just wearing down this New York Jets defense. They're not necessarily in a hurry. They do have to be mindful of the clock. 3.5
48-yard line.
left in the game.
Green, the lone setback. Hand off to the tailback. Wayne stops him at the 46-yard line. So he picks up a couple of yards, but he's exhausted and headed for the sideline. Only one man in the backfield.
Gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. Jaguars in Jets territory. This does help the Jets defense a lot because they have to defend to the goal line rather than just a somewhat, it feels like, arbitrary field goal range thing. Arbitrary is probably not the right word.
3rd and 3.
Huge play right here. 3rd down and 3. Gonna go with a play action pass. Throws left side. It's intercepted. He's running back. He's trying to get past all the Jaguars. No one's gonna get him. 20, 10, 5. High steps his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
O'Neal is there to collect the mistake.
The defender showed some great
Wow.
skill there. He was able to put
O'Neal
himself
has
in
been
great
playing
position to
fantastic
grab that
defensive
turnover.
football today. Comes up with a huge pick and an even bigger touchdown. That is a Madden ass interception. that wow. That's like you're playing a user and they just hit triangle at the right time.
Attempting to make it a 14-point spread.
Wow, okay.
They'll take a shot at 2-point conversion.
Right. 12 and 13 don't really do you a whole lot of good. 14 is helpful.
Pressure. Jump ball in the end
Throws
zone.
and it's no good. Oh, they don't even get an opportunity to return it. Interesting.
The right play and the defense stood tall.
As we take a look at his success returning kicks.
19 to
he gets
9.
ready for the kickoff.
Makes it a 10-point game if you're able to return it all the way. It is weird that they just called it no good. So now the field goal really pays off. Of course, he would have gone for 2 if the field goal wasn't there, because it'd be
Is back and ready to put this one in the air. Sends it
17-7. Jeez Louise. 17-7.
from the 5.
It sure doesn't look like they're going to be able to come back in this one. But it's an issue of pride. They want to prove that they're better than they've played so far.
Jacksonville played so well, especially in the second half. And they've outplayed the Jets' offense. It's an interception return for a touchdown and the punt return for the touchdown. Otherwise, Jacksonville's winning this game 7-6.
With the pass.
Don't love the throw there. Got to have way more situational awareness. You're getting close to that 2-minute warning. A throw is not... A throw for 2 or 3 yards is not what you want right now.
They need 7. Ball on their own 25. The Jets come out in a nickel pack. Pressure coming.
Throw deep down the right side. 41 gets a hand on it. Really nice deflection there to set up 3rd down and 7.
Try and figure out where he likes to go with the ball in certain situations. Then when you face that situation in the game, you're right there in position to knock the pass away or force an interception.
Drops back, throwing left.
So
Just lost focus as he dropped the ball.
I was about to say a nice completion to convert for the first down, but no such luck. Hit, and they're going to punt the ball. None of this makes any sense. None of it makes any sense. You got a 3-yard gain on 1st and 10. Couple incompletions. One of them should have been a completion for a first down. And you're going to punt the ball away? Oh, a fumble! The defense recovers! Oh my God! What? Oh, the Jets are giving the Jaguars life.
Turnover, which would put an end to this game right now.
That was it. That was the game. They got exactly what they needed. The Galaxy brain play from the Jaguars to kick the to punt the.
John, it looked like that was going to be a turnover.
Yeah, he started thinking about how he was going to take it back.
The Galaxy brain play
for the defense.
For the Jaguars to punt the ball away, hope that the Jets fumble it and recover it, and then nearly just decide to throw an interception anyway. 2nd down and 10. don't know why they're running the play clock down so much. They got to go. Oh, no! Oh, no!
Touchdown, Jets. He got way up there to make the pick.
I'll tell you, these interceptions are all about timing, and he timed that jump perfectly.
The even bigger galaxy or brainier play by the Jets force him to throw an interception. It's the only way we can score touchdowns. What is happening? Maybe not the most bizarre ending that we've ever seen, but a real darn weird one.
Elam comes in for the extra point. And it's on its way, and the extra point is good.
As
we take a look at his success returning.
I can't believe that was the turn of events. That is unbelievable. What?
Here's the kickoff team.
Wow.
From the 9-yard line. The Jaguars have their work cut out.
So this is one of those games you're going to look at the score and just go like, this wasn't as lopsided as it looks. This game was close until the, halfway point of the fourth quarter?
Ball on their own 28.
Started to unravel for Jacksonville.
Gets the pass off.
That was almost another interception.
Second down.
Oh, poor Ramsey.
New York comes out.
It was 10-7.
Ramsey sets up. Dropping back with the throw. Thrown behind.
It's a nice throw. Nice throw toward the sideline. That'll stop the clock. Sets up a first down and 10.
A first down.
And as a receiver, you have to be ready for any type of pass. He did a good job of hanging on to that last one because it got there in a hurry. First down may be where they try something towards the end zone, since they'll have 3 more downs to work with after that.
Closing in.
Throws deep right side, tipped and incomplete. Almost picked off on the backside there.
After the long pass is incomplete.
They're going to make the quarterback keep throwing because it's the only way that they have a shot at coming back.
2nd and 10. The Jets come out in a nickel package.
Ball on the 43-yard line.
Gets rid of it. Incomplete. He overthrew the target.
That pass was clearly overthrown.
And so running
Nobody
out of
even
both
remotely
time
in the
and
area.
Downs, they'll have to pick up the first down here to keep their very slim hopes alive. So as they get set to try to convert, here's what both teams have done on 3rd down.
3rd down is when you want your
Where'd the
players
graphic
to
go?
dig deep and make a
Help.
clutch play.
Where's the graphic?
When you convert, it gives your defense a little extra rest, and it gives your offense a fresh set of downs.
There's a nice conversion on 3rd down and 10.
With the pass.
Wide open. He should have had that ball. Got hit in the back and dropped it. Lucky that was not qualified or classified as a fumble.
Must be thinking touchdown before making the catch. The defense should focus on keeping the receiver from getting to the sideline, because as soon as he catches the ball, that's where he's going to want to go with it.
Throws it, and the catch is made. The Jaguars recover, and it appears this one is going to be.
Why? Why are we reviewing the fumble?
In the last 2 minutes, that call came down from the replay booth.
So what we're looking for here is whether one of his knees hit the ground.
Looks like it's not going to be a fumble.
Sometimes it's
That
hard
man's
for the
eyes are
official
closed.
because there can be a whole bunch of bodies around the ball carrier, and he can't get a good enough view to overturn it.
After reviewing the play, return.
It was unclear initially why they called for a review, but now we understand the reason.
You have to give it to these officials.
They're huddled
Their
up. What
job's
is
not
happening?
easy.
What's going on right now?
Sometimes they make mistakes. But most of the
They
time
forced
they're right.
Jacksonville to take a
If they get
timeout because of
first
that?
here, they'll need to start picking them up quick. The more downs you use to get the first,
Oh, it's right at that
the
1 minute
longer
mark.
it takes.
I
And they
should have
need
known.
every second on the clock to try and make a comeback.
And this is the 7th play of this drive. Pressure gets the pass off, and it's complete. The
Short of the
Jaguars
line to gain.
That's
Whether or
their
not they
second.
wanted to take that timeout, they're going to take it at the 57-second mark. We do see that a lot, though, so it might have been a playing timeout anyway.
They'll be
This
going
game
for it
loves
here
taking a
on 4th and
timeout right
short.
at 1
The field
minute,
goal
regardless
doesn't
of
do
how
them
close
much
they are
good.
to snapping the ball, and then taking a timeout after a completed pass at 57 seconds. Like, why? None of that makes sense. 4th down and 1. Going to hand the ball off here, and he is going to be short. Turnover on downs.
They had no choice
That'll
but to go.
finally
But
put
they're
the
one of
final
those
nail
fourth
in the
down
coffin
situations.
of
They're
the
trying to get
Jacksonville
something going.
Jaguars.
It's just that nothing's
And
working.
mercifully, they only
Defense
have
has
one
a
timeout
but
left.
it won't help them. Kneel down
So I guess in
and
this
end the game,
scenario, the
running
2
out the clock.
timeouts did help within a span of 3 seconds. I'll take a knee. Okay, thank God. Jacksonville did not call a timeout. I thought they did.
Stay after him. Snake up. Cowboys. Set.
2nd and 12. Ball on the 19-yard line.
Looking upfield.
Hand the ball off. All stop.
That fullback
Right up the
covered
gut.
7 on the carry.
7-yard gain on the play.
And that should do it. Jets don't need to take another snap. Their offense was not great today. But it doesn't matter when your special teams comes through with a punt return for a touchdown, a couple of field goals, and then your defense piles on a couple of touchdowns. It's a recipe you cannot rely on, and I think you're seeing why they're 5-5. So if the offense can't get things going, then
There's the final gun. The final score is New York 26, Jacksonville
Wow.
7.
Jacksonville.
all right. So that's going to
This is
improve
Al
Jacksonville
Michael
to,
for John Madden
or
saying
excuse me,
goodbye for EA
improve
Sports.
the Jets to 6-5. It's going to drop the Jaguars to 6-5. Big win for the Texans fans out there who want to see their favorite team make the playoffs far sooner than they ever did in real life. Year number, I guess it'd be 2 for their franchise. But yeah, that was a good game that got a little wild at the end. So we'll go ahead and we'll just simulate the rest of the games. As much as I was thinking about maybe doing the Bengals one, that if I do that again, it's going to be another hour on top of this. So it's going to end up being like a 4-hour video. I mean, I guess you could just kind of look at it. Can you force a win, I guess? Because you could always quit if it got out of hand and then... You know what? We'll just go ahead and we'll simulate the week. We won't worry about it. Ooh. All right. Looking at the results for today, the Seahawks, this was around the time that they went like 8-0 at home and 0-8 on the road. They lose on the road in Baltimore, 24-23. Both teams now 5-6. The Colts fall to the Bills, who improved to 8-3 with this 24-point victory, 34-10, your final from Buffalo. We watched the Steelers beat the Browns 31-17. The Panthers, they get the best of the Cowboys. The Cowboys now 7-4, 21-14, your final in Dallas. 49ers and Packers, the Green Bay Packers take care of business. They win 31-15. We watched the Texans win the battle of field goals 12-9 in overtime. Big win for the Texans as they improve to 6-5. An important loss for the Patriots, who fall to 5-6. The Vikings improved to 5-6 with a 31-6 knockout of the Detroit Lions. What? What? The Lions are now 8-3. We just watched the Jets beat the Jaguars 26-7. Game was a lot closer than that score would indicate. Both teams now 6-5. The Eagles knocked down the Saints by a score of 12-10, and that puts both teams at 5-6. The Saints needed a lot of help even before this game because the Buccaneers are in their division. Now they're going to need even more help because they could not take care of business on the road. The Rams all over the well, not all over, but the Rams take care of the Cardinals 22-18. They're 8-3 in the NFC, tied with the Lions now atop that division or conference. Excuse me. The Broncos destroy the Bears 41-20. Your final. The Broncos are 7-4, a surprising 7-4. Titans and Falcons. This one was a touchdown separation. 24-17 from Atlanta. Titans, both of those teams are kind of like out of it, so I haven't really been paying attention. The Chiefs, they take care of the Raiders in an AFC West showdown, 38-31. Bengals, they win by 9. Yes, 9 over the Chargers, who are now 5-6. 23-14, your score from San Diego. Dolphins, they win by 2. It was a close one, but they do win by 2 to pick up win number 8. That keeps them in pace with Buffalo at 8-3, 27-25 over Washington. Giants taking on the Bucks. The Bucks also improved to 8-3. They win 26-3. The Giants not really putting up much of a fight in the NFC East. Every single week goes closer and closer to just being Dallas's for the season. All right. Ooh, Packers, Lions. Cowboys, Dolphins. Okay, we got a couple of good ones right off the top. Bengals, Steelers. All right. I know we just watched the Steelers, but that could be a good one. Okay. Those that could be our kind of our 3 set right there. Bengals, Steelers. Unfortunately, we keep getting a lot of these, like kind of outside playoff contenders taking on teams that aren't looking so great. Let's take a look at the standings here. We have a lot of teams at 8-3, 5 8-3 teams through week number 12, and a good batch of 7-4s as well. 10 of the 32 teams are 7-4 or better. All right, in the AFC, the Dolphins and Bills, they are matching. They're step for step. They're both 8-3. The Bills right now, maybe it's just alphabetical, but they have the 1 spot. The Dolphins will have the 5 spot. The Chiefs would be the 2, the Bengals the 3, the Broncos the 6, and the Texans the 4, because they lead the AFC South. The Jaguars just outside, the Jets just outside, Steelers, Patriots. The Steelers are just outside. The Patriots are going to need help along with the Chargers, Ravens, and Browns. Raiders are maybe eliminated at this point, but it doesn't matter. In the NFC, the Rams leapfrog the Bucks. They are now the number 1 seed in the NFC. The Lions are all the way down to the 3 spot. Cowboys round out your top 4. Packers and Vikings. Ooh, Packers and Vikings would be in the playoffs at the 5 and 6 spot. Seahawks, Eagles, Saints, Falcons, all with a shot because the Vikings are 5 and 6. The Vikings looking good. What is their? Hold on, let's check out the Vikings. Oh, they lost 2 before winning against. That's a big win against the Lions. That Packers game was a real big turning point, but then they kind of lost. Anyway. Let's check out the divisions here. Get into the weeds a little bit. The AFC North is tight as it usually is. Bengals are ahead, or in the number 1 position at 7-4. Big matchup against the Steelers next week, who are right behind them at 6-5. Ravens and Browns both 5 and 6. AFC South is tied up thanks to the Texans win and the Jaguars lost. They're both 6-5. Colts are just about out of it at 4-7, and the Titans are long done at 3-8. The AFC East is still pretty tight, though. It's getting a little bit of separation between the top and the bottom half. Bills and Dolphins The Bills have looked good for most of the season. The Dolphins are kind of a sneaky 8-3. The Jets lose and they fall to 6-5. The Jets, what did they do? They win? The Jets won and improved to 6-5. And the Patriots lost and fell to 5-6. The problem for the Jets is the Dolphins and Bills did not lose ahead of them. However, they did take care of their own business. All right. AFC West has the Chiefs and Broncos atop the division at 7-4. You want to talk about a sneaky, like, top of the division team? The Broncos are that team as well. Chargers at 5-6. I feel like they were floating towards the top of the division for most of the season, but they have struggled lately. Raiders haven't really been much competition throughout the season. Over in the NFC, the Lions lead the North at 8-3. The Packers just behind them at 7-4. Huge matchups next week for those two teams. Vikings are 5-6. Making a play at the wild card, they'll need some help in front of them. They would need a Packers win, and then they would need both of those teams to kind of lose. The Bears, they suck. The Bears suck. The South is led by the Buccaneers at 8-3. The Saints are going to be fighting for a wild card spot to make the playoffs, as are the Falcons, both teams 5-6. Panthers disappointing 4-7. Out in the East, the Cowboys lead the division as they have all season long, though they've been fraudulent at times with their record. They are 7-4. Eagles still in contention for a wild card spot, playoff spot, 5-6. Giants and Washington, garbage. Last but not least, the NFC East is the Rams at 8-3. The Seahawks at 5-6. They are playing for a wild card spot. 49ers and Cardinals have done absolutely nothing. Just nothing. Nothing. I think the 49ers beat the Lions, which is something, but garbage otherwise. So kind of a one-team race in some of these NFC divisions, which is why things kind of skew towards the AFC. Not because I have I prefer the AFC or anything, but it's just, you get a lot of this, where you got the Rams, the Bucks, and the Lions kind of dominating their division, though the Lions have slipped up lately and they've given life back to the Vikings and the Packers. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. I know it's a long one. Those games were a little wonky at times, but I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching week number 12 of the Madden NFL 2004 Random Rosters season. I'll be back next Tuesday with a brand new installment of this fine series for your enjoyment. So be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Don't worry, I'll auto-save the game. I was just going to kind of look at some of the matchups and see what I was liking. For next week, I appreciate you watching. Subscribe, ring the bell, do all the good stuff. Go sports, and we'll see you next Tuesday for more Random Rosters.